What is going on? Is it already Sunday night? My goodness, I cannot believe the weekend is already over. I hope you had a great weekend. If you're new here, cough button is the best freaking thing in the history of streaming, right? I've been little cough, just a little tickle. Anyway, happy Sunday to you. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you did something awesome this weekend. I dropped a couple vlogs, had a good time down in Fort Worth, made some connections, making a connection tonight with somebody who I'm going to become obsessed with at least one of his toys. We'll get to that maybe, or maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, been having a great weekend here. I hope you have too. Let's say hello to everybody in chat and let's talk about what we're going to talk about tonight. Shall we? Let's do it. Ooh, another cough button opportunity. Boy, sorry guys. Fulton, not feeling well. I'm glad you're here. Thanks. By the way, let's start right off the top. Fulton and Francisco show up in green. Why? They're members of the channel. Why are they members of the channel? Because they freaking rock. Thank you guys. You bless me and my family with a little bit of love every month, and I appreciate Fulton and Francisco doing that. Jean's in the house. Hello to you. Boy, it's not going to be a good show if I'm coughing the whole time, is it? Sherry, also a member of the channel. What's going on, Sherry, my friend? I will send that email to you tomorrow, by the way. I did not forget. I've got most of it. I just got to clean it up. But anyway, you'll get that tomorrow. I'm glad you're here. Katrina's in the house. Dad Builds is in the house. What's going on, buddy? Jeff's personal bully. Jesse's in the house, also a member of the channel. Boy, geez, I'm not even going to hit the button all night. There you go. Everybody saying hi. Moments of the magic in the house. It was weird. I watched the number. I hit the Julie McGowan in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good evening to you. I saw the number it hit, and then I put on the video. The Facebook creator, and it dropped like by half and then it popped back up. So I don't know how to believe that or not. Maybe you guys hate my creator talk little video. It is a Facebook group that you can join. If you're a creator, you can join it if you're not, but you won't want to if you're not a creator. And it's just Facebook, and it's just us doing this stuff. I talk about things that help us grow each other's footprint, influence. Let's talk about what Creator Talk is, and let's talk about what we're talking about tonight and introduce my guest, who is a great guy. I haven't even sent him the link yet. He's probably freaking out. Are you freaking out, buddy? I'll send you the link right now. I am excited to talk about this guy with him. Interview my good friend Pete McDevitt. If you guys don't know who Pete McDevitt is, where you been? Oh man, I'm on the wrong shoot. Hold on. Pete is my good friend. I love this guy. We got to know each other a few years ago now, really. And I've been watching him grow his influence here on YouTube for about a year and a half. And I'm going to let him tell the story, but I've wanted to have him on the show for a while. I was doing an interview show myself like he does, and he was actually one of the people scheduled. But I stopped doing the interview show for a bunch of reasons. This will be the first time that I've got to actually interview him like this, and I'm really excited about it. I mean, I know him well, and many of you know him well. This is going to be an opportunity to really get to know him, but more than that, pick his brain on what he's doing, why he's doing it, and how he's creating the community that he's had. Pete McDevitt, my friend, is, oh my gosh, why won't this let's do this? Hold on, guys. I'm having trouble with my message to Pete because you guys don't want to know about that. Just bear with me for 1 second. I should drop that video again. Maybe you guys watch 20 seconds of that, but hold on. I don't know what my problem is. It's like I'm totally new to this game. I'm not. All right, there you go, Pete. If you're looking for it, there it is. All right, so what are we talking about? Creator Talk Live. This is a show that we talk about stuff, tools, ideas, strategies for growing our influence on YouTube and other places. It's not one of those sub for sub insane things. There you go. Pete, you got it. It's there. I'll tell you that later. This is what, I don't know, is this giving back? It's a little bit of giving back to the creator community, but it's more than that, wanting to build community. Pre-pandemic, I only did 2 of them. I did a physical, not a virtual, a physical. Remember, you get to meet people. You go to coffee shops and actually say hi to people in real life. That was a thing pre-COVID anyway. And I did 2 of them. I did them both in Fort Worth. We rented out a little space in Madeline's, a little French cafe in Fort Worth, and it was nice. And we met up and we did lots of neat stuff. And we just had a good talk, and we were building it. I actually talked to my friends at TubeBuddy. If you don't have TubeBuddy yet, what are you doing? AFA in the house, what's going on? TubeBuddy, the best tool. There's a bunch of good tools, but the best tool, in my never so humble opinion, to grow on YouTube. TubeBuddy.com/dolewhipdad, or actually /dolewhip to get your free download. I see, buddy. Let me roll through this and we'll get you in here. And So anyway, I talked to them. They wanted to sponsor it, pay for a couple snacks, all these things, and then the pandemic hit. So this is kind of my repository for, hey, let's help each other grow. Again, none of that sub for sub stupidity. This is just sharing tools, sharing strategies, and talking about the news. I'm going to bring in my buddy right now. You ready, buddy? You good? Yeah. No. I'm going to go with that's a yes. What's going on? Oh, that's not what we want.
No, that's what I'm. That was what I'm used to. Right there. Your head's usually bigger than mine. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's for sure. This is Pete McDevitt. If you don't know him, you do. You surely do. If you know me, you probably know Pete. Pete, we met online. I guess it's been a couple years ago. Then we met in person in Disney World right before you had a big life change. You weren't even a creator yet. You kind of were, you kind of weren't.
No, I wasn't. Were
you planning on being a creator before you started down the rehab thing?
Nope, not at all.
What changed your mind?
Preston, when I was in the hospital, said I'd like to go live. They won't.
That's right. You told me that. Yes.
They won't let me. Will you do it with me? And I reluctantly said yes. And
I forgot that, Pete. You were actually talking to me about the age thing. We had discussions about why. Yeah, I've forgotten that. That's interesting, guys. This is Pete McDevitt from the Pete McDevitt Show. In the pinned comment above at the very, very top, you can see it right there, is a link to his channel, or there better be a link to his channel. A bunch of people are popping in. Mar in Memphis, Kelly from the Mickey Bunch, Katrina's in the house, AFA's in the house. What's going on? Who did I miss? Did I say hi to Tina? I think I said hi to Tina. Facebook users here. Hey, Pete, what's going on? They say Dave is here. Julie's here. Everybody knows Pete. I'm going to say this. I've said this to you directly, but I'm going to say it to everybody in the house knows this, how I feel about you. Hey, Walt from Mouse Talk. But it's a different level of friendship when you can share goals and strategize. And, we have things in common, me and you. We both love Disney. We both love sports. And that's how we connected. But now we both have this thing that is creating on YouTube and trying to grow community. And you, more than anyone that I know personally, are all, hey, you're inspirational, are all about growing that community. Tell me why.
Because I believe that it can be the backbone of everyone's mental health.
Ooh.
The success of what you do, feeling of accomplishment, empowerment. That can be better. Feeling of finding and developing relationships that can have the opportunity to be more than just someone that you met. Meeting on YouTube is no different than meeting someone in a grocery store and saying hello. The only difference with this is you have a chance to have a reoccurring relationship, and you can build those.
I wouldn't have agreed with you 5 years ago if you said that, but now I know that's true.
Yeah. So I've always believed that. That's why I got into this whole thing in the first place, moderating and doing what I did, because I believe that it was the cornerstone of goodness in the fact of positivity and the way it could be done if done correctly.
Yeah. I love that. There is YouTube news out there. I do want to talk about that a little bit. So let's pop a couple things on. Do you know what VidCon is? Do you care about VidCon, Pete?
It's some type of big blockbuster get together with all the top video creator type things.
I'm more of a Vid Summit guy. I'm excited about Vid Summit. VidCon is more of the fan version. Vid Summit's more of the creator version, in my opinion.
Can I do one thing first before you do?
Say again?
Can I do one thing first before you do
anything? What? Yeah.
I'd like to put the over and under of Jeff saying Casey Nightingale's name or whatever the guy's name is at 3.5 for this video. Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay. Well, now, if I tell you the name that you didn't quite say, that would be one. Casey Neistat is who he means.
There we go. 1.
What did you say? The over/under on Casey Neistat is 3.5.
Oh, we're already at 2. I'm changing it. Adjusting the odds to 5.5. Go ahead.
I watched a couple of videos of his today. I love his content, and now that I'm a content creator, I watch it with a different eye. Mm-hmm. I wasn't going to go there, but I will tell you that. So if you've seen the crazy video of a guy in the in a suit and tie, in a tux actually, floating under a helicopter, holding on to the thing, going past the Hollywood sign, that's what's the over under?
It's now at 9.5.
Casey Neistat, that's him. And I mean, I do mention him a lot. Who are some of your favorite characters? And oh, by the way, that video was at VidCon, which is now, I don't even know if I finished my sentence. VidCon has been canceled. It'll be back in 2022. We'll get through some other news as we get through the interview. Who's your favorite? Who are a couple of your favorite characters or creators, both inside of the Disney YouTube community and maybe outside of it, if you have any of those too? Hey, Disney Worlders, what's going on?
Outside of the Disney community, I watch a couple fishing creators.
Oh, okay.
Do a lot of unique fishing videos.
I didn't even know that. My best friend is a fishing nut. I didn't know that, Pete. That's cool.
Yeah, I watch a couple of those. Those are kind of enjoyable to me. I watch a creator a lot called Hollywood Graveyard.
Huh.
Prior to me getting sick, one of my things always was that I found it interesting the way people decided to, celebrities, whether they be sports or TV or politicians or whatever, the way they decided to make their final resting place.
I remember, I think it was one of those shows that we did together, and I think it was the after show, and we all kind of hang out and we had that discussion. This is a while ago. This is maybe more than a year ago. And I found that interesting because I have some relatives that are in a fairly large, former relatives, I don't know what to call them, where there's some I have a Southern California connection family. So
it's just amazing to me when you look at, an example is Sinatra, who was monstrous in life, and yet his final resting place is the simplest, most generic plaque you would ever see, with just his name and 2 dates, and that's it.
Is this Sinatra? Is that who you said?
Sinatra.
Where is he?
He's in California. I want to say he's in Hollywood Hills, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Interesting.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of unique, in the fact of that. So I watch those kind of in the Disney community. I mean, I've got 376 channels that I follow in the Disney community. And
he's not kidding, people. I know it for a fact.
Yeah, I follow all of them for a different reason. I watch, I don't see everybody's content every day, but I see everybody's content over time.
I mean, you couldn't. You wouldn't have.
It's not enough time of the day, but you got to pick and choose. But I keep my pulse on what's going on and who's doing what. There's creators that I talk to in our community that just shake their head when I'll be talking about somebody because I don't even know who you're talking about. Well,
me, you know people that I don't know that used to hardly ever happen. Now it happens. Come on, we talk every day, and probably a couple times a week you'll mention somebody that I don't know. Hey Donna, hey Joy, what's going on, guys?
Yeah,
I mean. Well, I want to dive deeper into that. Why is that? I mean, I love Disney creators too, but I love Disney creators because of what they create. You seem to really have a passion for helping other creators in the Disney community grow. And tell me more about that.
That's just because, when you
no problem, Disney Worlders. Have a good night.
I was with have a good night, Dan. Good to see you, buddy. So, before I was doing the creating part, I was just doing moderating. I was in it. I created the name Enhancer that's what I did because I was working, in my mind, I was working to support channels that I believe were doing a good thing out there. I was, Resort TV One and WDW Couple and Dev and Nick and, Walt, and when he was at his earlier stages and people like that, Corey Meets World, all these guys that I was helping when they first started going out by moderating their channels and doing social media, sharing them out on Twitter before people even really followed Twitter. And, when I was doing it, the gram, as everybody was calling it back then, because nobody knew what Instagram really was, because we're talking 4 years ago before the social media kick-in really happened. And I was sharing it out, telling people, go over, check them out, find them. And that to me was fun. And when I got sick and came back in here, I looked at it as, okay, if I'm going to do a channel because my son talked me into it and I actually enjoyed being on there, I'm going to do what I was doing before, but I'm going to do it on nitrous oxide, where I can take it to a whole nother level of trying to, for the years, the one problem I had with the community as a YouTube, / Disney, but because that's the one I was a part of, and I'm sure all communities were like this on YouTube, is that everybody was always, oh my God, don't steal my subscriber. Don't come near my subscriber. You stay away, you people stealing subscriber people. And I hated that.
There's a lot of that still. We talk about it a lot. I'm part of this conversation.
I didn't like that. So I decided that I was going to try to show people through my efforts, through my deeds, not my words, as we talk with, our friends that are military will have heard that term many times.
Yeah.
I tried to show through that you can be out there and support others and do all the right things. And, your subscribers are going to, it's funny, people, but you don't get it. That's my thing. That I try to teach people is the get that you need to get is nobody can steal your subscribers. Okay. Your subscribers hit your channel because you had a unique thumbnail, a unique topic, a unique guest, something that you were doing. They hit it for the first time to come in there and see, what is this? Yeah. They stayed because of you. So, and they still stay because of you. They like you as a person. They like you as a creator. They like your content. They like what you do. That's why they stay. So nobody's going to steal anybody's subscribers. Nobody's going to, and the other thing that always is funny is so many people think that you could pop into a chat and hello, I'm here. I'm so-and-so. I'm Steve Smith and I'm here. Hello.
Yeah. And
in the chat, pop in and the creator that's there is going to say your name. I'll give you a perfect example. I was moderating today. I stopped in. I watched Drew in the moment. I like his content. He was live. He was live and Mouse Talk was live. And I was working for both of them, and I call it working because I take
as a moderator, he means
moderator. I take it serious. I try to help them grow their channels. I want to help while I'm in there, whoever the creator is that I'm helping, I want to help them where they're guests that come in, because that's the term Walt used. They're guests that come into their channel, like their channel, they feel welcome, they want to stay, they're educated about what's going on. At one point, literally, Walt and Drew walked right by each other. I'm not even sure if they know each other, but they Walt was walking as he was doing the goofy cavalcade. Drew was actually in his shot. Drew turned as Walt was going by him.
Love it.
And I'm helping both
crossing of the streams, right?
Crossing the streams. And it happens to be Mouse Talk in here right now. So I was in there. Both of them, I was doing my thing, and both of them were kind enough to say my name. And Drew actually put my channel into the link. Not one person came over and subscribed to my channel. Yeah. I didn't care. But that's my point is that I'm making is people come for you. They'll find other creators if they're looking, but nobody's going to steal anybody's thing. And you can do things to help each other out. And, Walt's a great example. So I'm using Walt as an example right now. He just happens to be here. Walt, many a times, will be live.
Walt does Mouse Talk, if you guys don't know. Check out his channel. He's a good friend of both of ours.
He does a good job. Walt and Drew, because I'm talking about those two, and I'll stay with those two for now. Both of those guys will holler out other channels when they're live, when they see them in the park. Oh, that's so-and-so. I really like them. They do a good job. There they are over there. Both of them are professional and deal with tact. Drew in the moment will put people's links into chat at times and everything. They do the right thing. And that's why I follow them. And so people say, well, why do you support some channels over others? Why do I give more people more love? When they follow the
people really ask you that?
I do have people that ask me that. Yes. I do have people that send me messages of why is that channel highlighted on your channel so much? Or why do you talk about this channel so much? Would you talk about mine more? Do I need to pay you to do that? So on and so on. I get all kind of stuff. And I tell a lot of them that, look, it starts with what they're doing and the way they're doing their channel. And if they're doing their channel, what I feel is the right path. And moreover, are they open to helping other creators grow? And they're not just selfish saying, get away, I'm all about me.
Yeah.
And when they're not,
the viewer can see, like, to bring it back to you, Pete, I know you personally, and you're so genuine about your passion for other Disney creators, and it oozes out of you. I mean, my gosh, you can't watch a live stream of yours, and there's a crowd of people that come into the streams just because they want subscribers, and that's a little silly because it's not very effective. I mean, you got to provide value. You're gonna get an eyeball or viewer if they provide value, but your your attitude about the community is just so not even infectious. It's something a level above that.
Well, the spider web effect works, Jeff. I've said it for years.
What do you mean by that? And hello, Amy, and hello, where did it go? Bell, what's going on, Bell?
Bob and Kelly are here. Florida Park Explorers.
Hey, Bob and Kelly.
I want to make sure you're not missing anybody. Bella Belize, what's up, Bella? The spiderweb effect is the three things. It's a threefold effect. The positivity is a big factor of maintaining your thing, a positive channel. The love and passion of Disney is a factor for what we're doing. We're a Disney community. But the third thing is the fact of the more you get your message out, okay, whatever vehicles that you use, it works. Having it shared out, having it talked about, others talk about what a good job you're doing. That communication factor, that communication little hub is so many different little spokes that come out of it. But though that spiderweb effect works, and it does go to build up what we're doing. I just sent out, we're doing the Christmas event coming up. Jeff, I sent out 227 invitations for people and or channels to come in and be a part of our Christmas event.
Are all of those Disney channels? I know the answer.
Absolutely. All of them are crazy. All of them are Disney social media people. We not only invited just YouTube, we invited several of the top Instagrammers that are out there that are focused just on Disney. We invited 3 or 4 TikTok people that are very high and focused on Disney. And there's a reason, okay? We're trying to spread more of Walt's magic. Okay, Walt sat down years ago and said, I want to put a park together where parents and kids can get together. We're trying to spread that whole magical avenue of love. We got a crazy world nowadays with COVID, and you still got Taliban stuff. You got all these different factors that are out there that are negativity. We're trying to spread positivity. The video itself is not monetized, never will be. There's going to be a focus on there for charity. We're just trying to do all the right things. And that's, again, building, because I hope, and I'll pull a name out of the chat here. There's Katie Y. So I'll use Katie Y for instance. Katie Wyrens I'm hoping Katie's sitting at home and she watches that Christmas video and she sits there and says, wow, okay, that's they sound kind of nice. Oh, I like their logo. Let me take a look at what they are. And I hope that people go over and find some other creators that they may not know about, that they decide, wow, okay, I want to add that to my viewing thing because I just found somebody new. And if we've done that and everybody's had a great Christmas and everybody sat back and watched the video and said, oh my gosh, how did they get them? Just like last year when we played the video, and you saw Molly from All Ears followed by Adam the Woo, where people like, oh my God, how did you pull that off? Well, when you have a phone number, you can do a lot of things.
Well, and you bust your butt, dude. Again, I feel like I know a little bit of the inside baseball and some of that stuff, and no one works harder than this guy Pete right here.
Wow.
I want to go back a little bit. I think one of the places that most people probably discovered you, and you tell me if you disagree, was the Beverly Challenge on the weekend of, or the week of, I don't know if it was a weekend, honestly, on the time of the Galaxy's Edge opening over in Orlando. A lot of us, including me and you, were out there for Galaxy's Edge, and was it the Diz and That guys, right? The Diz and That guys got together and put together the Beverly Challenge. If you don't know what Beverly is, it's the worst tasting drink in all of the land. But anyway, it was such a neat event, and it was for charity, and you found such a neat niche to add value, which I'm sorry to talk work talk here, return on investment, but Pete adds value in his sleep. He doesn't even know he's doing it, I bet, anymore, because it's just part of his life. And I hope you don't mind me saying that. But, I know what you did before, and I know, adding value is how you connect. I mean, somebody just said, I need to connect with people. If you add value to their life, to their day, to their moment, to the stream, whatever, and that's what you do when you're being a moderator, and you used to call it an answer. But anyway, you created odds, first of all. That the event, you created odds, which was hilarious and awesome. And then you became the announcer, unofficial or official announcer of the event. Why don't you talk about that and why you did that and how it worked and anything else you want to talk about?
The Beverly Challenge was created by the Dis and That guys as a charitable event, and it was run on Resort TV One. Give Josh and Jenna some props for running it on their channel, because the hurricane came in and they changed their schedule around to do it. I was, again, in the community doing stuff. I fully believe something my grandfather told me in this house, as a matter of fact, years and years ago, when I was a young kid, was if people are smiling, they can't be fighting. Always try to put a smile on someone's face.
Oh,
And I'm
so
a firm
true.
believer that if you make people laugh and they're smiling, they're having a much better day. And that's what I try to do in everything of my life. If I mean, I'll be walking down the street with my wife and be like, hey, check her out. Is she hot, or what do you think? Is she hot, or am I wrong? It's just stuff like that, just to make my wife look at me and go, what are you doing? And smile. Okay. And that's just
Jen.
goofiness that we try to do. So when we did the Beverly challenge, yeah, we did the odds and everything, which was kind of fun to do. But Steve, I have a background. My brother was a professional wrestler for ECW and did some light work for WWE, and our family owns a AAA affiliate. I call it a AAA affiliate. It's really just it's independent wrestling, but we run a lot of guys through that end up going up to the top. And I had the luxury in my lifetime, for anybody that likes wrestling. Wrestling is, to me, it's athletic soap opera is what it is.
That's a good way to put that. I agree with that.
And you learn through that how to use a microphone, how to create a character, how to do that, do everything we do. And I had the chance to sit down on several occasions with somebody who I consider to be one of the greatest ever in the business, and that was King Kong Bundy, and sit and talk with him. And actually, I had an opportunity to be in a ring with him and actually take an avalanche and actually take the 5-star splash and do all that, which was, from a kid's aspect, it allowed me to live out a childhood dream. My brother gave me that gift to let me get in the ring for a little bit and do some stuff. But Bundy taught me a lot about, you flip a switch, and I do. When I go on camera, as whether it's my channel or doing that with the microphone, I flip the switch and I become Pete McDevitt, the character, not Pete McDevitt, the person.
It's interesting to say that. I've had people talk about that. I push back on the I'm a different person. I would say I try to bring more energy, right? If I'm downstairs, watching TV, I don't have the highest amount of energy on the couch. So I always try to bring a little bit more energy. But what I really do, honestly, and I want your perspective on this, is I try to provide value. I mean, I'm sorry to say the same thing. You thought I was going to say Casey Neistat a lot. I'm going to say provide value a lot, but I was pretty sure that's 4. But anyway, if you're providing value, whether you're an enhancer or a moderator or creator, live streamer, or creating a video, if you're providing value, you give them a reason to come back. You give hopefully them a reason to connect with you, and you connect with them.
But the value is in what you're doing, Jeff. The value, obviously, it's in your content of what your title is and what your topic is and how you're going about it. But it's also about how you present, And I'll give you an example. Would you like an example? Okay. Pete McDevitt, the person, is sitting here with you tonight talking about morals and values and what we're trying to do. In 2 seconds, I can flip a switch and go from, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. This is Jeff Bates. He is Dole Whip Dad. This is a party. It's time to have We're talking creative talk. Florida Park Explorers. Mouse ears and magic ears and fear. We're all in here. We want to hear from Jeff. It's that time. Let's go. And we can change in the flip of a dot and go to what we're doing. It's just difference in that. And that's kind of what I was taught.
I like that.
Through the wrestling business of how you go about, because it's not about me and it's not about you, Jeff. It's about Inspirational, Marin Memphis, Jack Twaddle, Michelle the Quilter, Florida Park Explorers, Masters, everybody else that's in that chat on the other side of this screen, that whatever we're trying to do is to make them happy and to make them sit back and say, oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah. This is putting a smile on my face, whatever that is. And it's not an easy thing to do, because remember, as you and I have talked about many times, when someone comes into your channel and you're a creator, you have about 8 seconds is the timing that I figured out, I think. And I think I got it down to that number.
I'm sure you're right. It's just human nature, right? But
it's continue. 8 seconds from the time they click in, look over, and say, oh, I'm going to stay with this, or nope, I'm out. And you got to keep them over and win. It's different.
And so speak to that too. I mean, I want to dive deeper into that, because you, like no one I know, you're the king of consistency. Like how many live streams have you done in the last 7 days? I mean, it's Sunday night. So whether you think the Sunday is the new week or the end of the week. Yeah.
14 or 15.
That's amazing. And that's, I'm building some relationships with people in the YouTube growth community. I'm, people at TubeBuddy we've talked about and all those things. Anyway, every single one of them, everybody that I think is a coach or a mentor, every single one of them, they might have different things they're going to talk about, but every single one of them always say some form of consistency is king.
Consistency.
And my gosh, have you proven that? A year ago, when you started, when Preston talked you into it, or whatever, however you say that started, there's no way dropping one video and doing one live stream a week, you would get it. What are you at? Almost 6,000 subs.
I'm 211 from 6,000.
And even more than that, Pete, an unbelievably engaged, can I call them fan base, friends, whatever you want to call them, people you connected with.
We call them chaotic characters.
There you go. I love that. I love that. And your viewers are, your subscribers are, your members are, your friends and family are insanely loyal to you and insanely they're going to be on your chat. I know a few people that don't even like baseball and are moderators for your stream as much as they can when you're doing baseball. That is amazing.
So it goes both ways. Okay. And I said this about sports and athletes and everything all the way through. The loyalty and the passion has to be reciprocated. Okay. And you show that through your deeds and your actions, not your words. And I'll go back and I'll use another example from sports. Okay. Cal Ripken Jr., Hall of Famer. Okay. Tied and took over Lou Gehrig's streak and everything. Okay.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Cal Ripken, multimillionaire, incredible success. Even at the top and peak, when he was nuts, after every game would sit and sign autographs for every kid that came up to him walking out to the car. He never turned anybody away. I saw him, and my dad was working there. I was down there. I have one of Cal's bats hanging in my basement.
Oh, wow. You got a bat. That's cool.
Yeah, I have a bat from it wasn't game used. It was batting practice used from the 83 World Series that Cal, in front of me, Cal gave it to my dad. Okay?
Wow, that's really neat.
And that was just, my dad was a nice guy. My dad gave Kelly that was his fiance at the time, now ex-wife, but his fiance at the time. There was a pin that the people at the office worked there at the office got that said "Kill the Phils," and only employees got them. And she was collecting all the buttons and pins from the series and couldn't get that one. And my dad, just being my dad, said, "Here you go. Here's mine."
Oh, that's awesome.
And Cal walked out and said, "Here, I can't believe what you did for my wife. He didn't even know my dad's name at the time. He goes, "Where's the guy that gave my wife a pin?" And somebody pointed him and walked over to him. My dad.
That's so cool.
Handed me the bats. But Cal, I saw Cal on regular days, 90-degree heat in Baltimore, signing autographs till 1 a.m. Just signing, talking with kids. It's reciprocated. That's what that taught me years ago.
Yeah.
So as I have this channel, Jeff, I can honestly say that on this channel, since I started it 13 months ago, I have answered every comment that's ever been put on any video that's come into my channel. I have answered every direct message that has come to me. I haven't ignored one or anything. We have mailed out, and we've done what we've said. We've done monthly live video calls with all of my members that are eligible, except for when I was sick in the hospital. I couldn't do it then. I was on my deathbed, so I was hoping everybody would give me a break, because it was either live, die, or do the member call, and I kind of went with live, unfortunately. So we've sent out postcards to people. I sent out thank you cards to people, to members, thanking them. We've done everything we said we were going to do, because without the people, you and I say it many times, without the people that come in and watch, I'm just sitting here talking to my lab. And honestly, he doesn't even give me a thumbs up. He won't even put a head up. So you got to have the people, and you got to, and I truly believe that if you do things and you work and help other people, they'll want to come back and see your content, do stuff. And yes, we do have some very loyal people. And I hope that my hope is that they become, loyal people for many people that they enjoy.
I love that. And by the way, thank you guys. Some of you are watching most of you are watching on YouTube. Some of you I know are over on the Facebook page. I appreciate you guys doing that. You have a Facebook group that really changed my attitude towards Facebook groups. What made you create that? And why don't you give that a little plug and talk about the connections you made over there?
Well, I believe all the social medias have a platform of help of some form. Dan Wynn was in here earlier with Disney Worlders, and I saw him grow his channel over 4 to 5 years from a small channel up to 20,000 followers over there. And I said, hey, but so many groups out there will not allow creators to put a link into it.
Oh, yeah.
They refuse to do it. We're going to kick you out. We're going to kick you out. Okay, well, all right, that's your choice. That's the way you want to run your group. It's your choice and your profession to do that, or your choice to do that. What I wanted to do was put a group together where people could go to find other creator stuff. If whether they were a creator that wanted to find other creators,
your whole how do I say this? Strategy makes it sound more calculated than it is, but your emphasis, there you go, that's maybe a better word, is to help develop connect is a better word, Disney creators with people who want more Disney in their life. So it kind of fits perfect for your group.
That's what we've done. We've built that group up in 7, 8, I don't know, we're coming up maybe on close to a year. We're at 2,000 over there. So, we're doing pretty well, and we'll continue to do that.
Now, I love tools. Me and you, we spent a Saturday talking about TubeBuddy once.
Did you just call Space Mountain Dave a tool? That's not right, Dave.
I didn't. I've called people that before. Okay. Also a good band, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay.
What is your favorite tool that you use? Now, it could be a live streaming tool. I know you use Ecamm. What are some of the things you use that make your life easier as a streamer and or make it better for the viewer that you want to talk about, shout out, whatever?
Technology wise, I use Ecamm and I use Stream Deck to have for single button touch for me. Ecamm gives me the whole platform that I use with sound bites and mixing things in and out.
When you got Ecamm, your live streams went to another level for sure. I mean, would you agree with that?
Absolutely. It's no different than using Streamlabs, and Streamlabs has a lot to it too, doing the iOS over there. I found this Ecamm and now I kind of like it and want to stay with it for right now. Will I change to Streamlabs and need another level? Maybe at some point. We'll see how that goes. But for right now, I'm happy here. I try to do, I use Canva to do a lot of my creativity that I do. One of the things I think that I've made a point, and I've sat and talked. One of the things I've done is I've sat and talked with a lot of people that are creators where I'll tell them, okay, you want some coaching? I'll give you 10 minutes of coaching on a Zoom call, and I'll answer a couple questions, and I'll give you some concept and idea. But anything over that, you're going to pay me. And this is why, okay? Because I don't mind helping people. I'm not going to do your channel for you. And if you want me to sit with you for an hour or two or whatever, well, my time is valuable too. That could be time. It could be working on my channel or spending with my kids. If you want to give me some money so that I can go back to my wife and say, well, I spent 3 hours with this creator helping them build their whole platform, but I have X amount of dollars to take you to dinner tonight because I spent that time and gave it up. I believe time is valuable. I believe everybody should know that. Your time is worth money. Never forget that. So, but I'll spend 10, 15 minutes with anybody, not asking for a penny, not wanting anything, to just try to help. And I've done it. There's several people in your chat tonight that I've done that with. And I'll continue to do that because I believe you pay it forward and try to help people. And I always tell people that you got to have quality, 3 things: quality sound, quality video, quality thumbnails. If you put out a half blank thumbnail, nobody's going to come watch your video, because if they look at your video and say, or look at your thumbnail and say, well, that's crap. If they look at your first inclination and they say that's crap, they're assuming that your sound is the same way, that your video is the same way, your content. You could be one of the greatest creators to come along since Swiss cheese was invented, and they would never know, because you need to create a good thumbnail. Yeah. And I've tried to take my thumbnails lately. If you look at all the 4K videos we're doing on our channel because of my executive producer, Casey Bryant, helping us out.
Casey's a great guy.
No, he's a great guy. If you look at that with the platform that we're building over there, we have customized, because Dad Builds is helping me clean up content to make it look good. And I'm using the stuff that, it's a combination of what Chris and Casey are doing with me to build this platform. Those thumbnails, I think, are some of the best that I've ever done.
Yeah, they look sweet. I was going to ask you about that actually.
Yeah, and I've had multiple people reach out to me and be like, holy cow, I found your channel because I was going through and I saw this thumbnail and I had to stop. It works. But you've got to take the time. You know, when I first started this, I was horrible. Okay. If you remember, okay, Jeffrey, if you remember, I had a talk with you. I was sitting on my sofa in my living room. You and I were on the phone. And I said, well, I don't even know what I'm doing to do this channel thing.
We have a few of these. We do this often.
And you said, this was when we, before I even did anything, I hadn't even started the channel yet. I was just thinking about it. And I said, well, I have to do it. I don't know how people find you. And you said something to the effect of, well, it starts with the algorithm and your hashtag. And I said, what the hell is a hashtag? Yeah, that was the conversation we had. So I've taken the time when I realized I wanted to do this, that my point is I've spent some of my hours, instead of just watching others, reading creators. I know Jeff talks about, Casey Nightingale and all these other people that he talks about all the time.
Does that count? I don't think that counts when you.
Whatever. I can never get the names right, but you talk about all these incredible people who are special. They don't have millions of followers because they're horrible. I've watched what they do. I've read some of their tutorials. Some of them have vlogs out and books out and stuff like that. I've taken the time to read that, to educate myself, to make myself as strong as I could.
I mean, anybody who wants to be great owes it to themselves to look at and listen to and learn from people who are where they want to be. I mean, I listen to Casey Neistat and I watch his videos, but I also consume his, he'll do a lot of speeches, but it's not just him. I mean, he's a creator, but there's the Nick Nimmons of the world. We talked about Owen Video in chat earlier today. I'm not going to go through a whole list of names.
I did yell out the other day. I was yelling, Jeff watches Casey Knight and Sam and somebody, Chris Lemons. And I don't know, because I never get the names right. But
like Daryl Eves is the owner and creator, frankly, of Vid Summit, not VidCon, but Vid Summit. Right. He is co-owner with Owen Video, who we talked about, and Mr. Beast. You guys have all heard of Mr. Beast, or you've been under a rock your whole life. And they have forgotten more about this thing that is creating a right thumbnail or crafting a great title or storytelling on video or all these things. And like, we would be ignorant not to try, if we care about this thing that is creating and building community, we'd be ignorant fools to not try to listen to them. And then in the Disney community, we've got the people, frankly, and on the live stream side in the parks, there's so many of our friends who do it, but obviously the guys from Resort TV One, Josh and Jen and that whole team are the top of the top, and they're amazing. And why wouldn't we want to connect with them and learn from them? I'm sorry, say that again.
I was going to say, but the point to the people, Jeff, I believe should be, don't replicate, emulate. Okay, take pieces of what everybody does and come up with your own style, your own way to do it. Just because Mr. Beast does millions upon millions of things, he hit his thing. He's got his thing. If you go out there and try to be the next Mr. Beast and do the same thing he's doing, you're not going to.
Yeah, no, I'm not. What I'm trying to say, and I know you know this, but just for anybody listening, like when Mr. Beast is giving a speech about thumbnails, I'm stopping what I'm doing. I'm listening. I was on when Clubhouse was fairly new. Mr. Beast would go on every night, and I would go on every night it was like a free freaking masterclass in anything he wanted to talk about. And I'll be at virtually Vid Summit coming up, and I'm excited about that. And these people are where I want to be. Not that I mean, it's just, look at my inspiration for accumulation is distribution. I'm going to say that again. My inspiration for accumulation is distribution. I love helping other people just like you do. I run a nonprofit, and money is not the root of all evil. Money is a tool that we can use to do more things, and influence is the same thing. I don't want 1 million subscribers because I'm full of myself in vain. I'm full of myself in vain all by myself. I don't need subscribers to tell me how much I love me. I want to spread my message. I want to do the Owen Video thing, the Sean Cannell thing. And some of you know those names and some of you don't. It doesn't matter. You should check them out if you want to grow, though. And you, whether you know their names and can pronounce them or not, are doing the things. I mean, come on, 13 months ago, think of all the things, just in the conversations that me and you've had. You're not only talking to me, you're talking to hundreds of people.
The ones where you told me that I wasn't going to be able to do two things on one platform. I mean, those conversations.
Which one? What do you mean, two things on one platform?
where I wasn't going to be able to do sports and Disney in the same one.
So I'm doing the same thing. Well, I didn't say you wouldn't. I say you're not taking the maximum on the algorithm. I'm right on that one, Pete. You know, what I said to you, and it was only last week, is someday you will split your channels, and you will, or you'll just decide you don't need to grow as fast. But you know, I do the same. I put some Fort Worth stuff on my channels over this weekend. Like, it's not so. I'm not going to attempt, and neither are you, frankly. You tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm not. I want to learn the things, but I'm not going to squeeze every ounce out of the sponge. You know, I mean, this is my channel. I'm having fun here. Do I have some other channels? Sure. Will I put some stuff over there? Sure. But having a football show and a Disney show is what we want to do because we love football and we love Disney. It's not the most effective way to grow. I mean, we could agree to disagree if you disagree, but it's true. It is what it is. I mean,
I think it comes down to the creator, and I'm happy with our growth. You know, we're going to get, I think we got an outside chance for 6,000 by the end of the month, because we've got a couple college football games in there. Tomorrow night should be a good one with the Monday night football game. As we start getting into that, you know, do I think we have an outside? I think probably we've got a outside chance to be at 7,000 by the time we get to November, and I'm going down to Disney, based on what's coming up and based on the trends I've had. I mean, I've been averaging picking up 450 to 550 subscribers every month.
Wow. Hey, Danny, that's remarkable.
So if I stay on just the normal path, then I'll be there. I don't even know where I'm at this month. I haven't even looked at it.
You're a rocket ship is what you are.
Well, you know, we're lucky. You know, God's blessed me. I believe that God put me here, left me here, I should say, to help other people. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's why, you know, my whole platform, when I've been interviewed by TV channels lately, is, well, what's your channel about? Okay.
No, thank you. So how do you answer that? Because I don't have a list, but that's one of the questions I want to ask you. Okay, and you kind of connected to that right a minute ago.
When everybody asks me, what's your channel about? My channel's about everybody else. That's what I tell them, because I'm doing sports and baseball and football because everybody likes football. They want to see the game and they can't get it. I'm doing other creators and putting them out there so other people can find them. You know, so my channel is about everybody else. If you look at my segments that I do on the show, you know, telling about other channels that are trying to get to 100K, nowhere in there do you ever hear me say, oh, I'm at X, take a look at me. I won't do it. I want people to come and stay with me because they want to, not because I've asked them to. If they come into my channel, they like what I'm doing, they're having some laughs, they want to see more of what we're doing. So I'm doing the 100K race. I'm doing Friday night, we're talking about creators that are under 1,000. We recognize these different channels of not go subscribe, go take a look at them. Subscribe if you like what they're doing. So we do that. You know, we're acknowledging people's accomplishments when, you know, people are hitting 100 subscribers or 500,000. We're recognizing that. And now we're doing our people in the park.
Well, you're doing more than that, though. You recognize people at much lower level than 100K. I've seen you do it.
I'm talking about 100 subscribers. 100.
Oh, okay. Oh, I missed.
100, 500, 1,000. You know, for video views, we start at 100,000 and go up from there for our recognitions. Those are the only two things we do. Subscribers and views, you know, for that whole thing. So that's an important thing. So I'm at right now for the month, I'm 401 subscribers for this.
Wow.
Month. I've still got a couple days to go. So
I hope you get there, and I think you will. I know you will long term. One of my favorite quotes is from Zig Ziglar. I was blessed to hear him speak live three or four times, actually.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that quote that I like to share a lot is, "You will get all you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want," and that's kind of what you do. You know, you're having a lot of fun and you're doing things you love. But hey, Karki, what's going on? I don't know. Do you want to speak to that? I mean,
that's the other thing I think is key: transparency. You choose the level that you want to be. I you know, when I do my channel, I am flat out honest that, hey, I've got a mountain of medical bills because of what happened. This was the path that Christ gave me. Okay. He gave me this path. I have accepted the cross. I will run with it. Okay. But I have those bills over there. I thank the members of my channel every time I do it, because without
there's a conversation I remember having with you.
Well, it is a couple times. Without that, and God bless Preston for wanting to do it and pushing and everything like that. Without the members, I couldn't do my channel. I couldn't afford Ecamm. Like for example, Ecamm's not cheap. If you're a creator and you're trying to say, what do I want to do? Okay. The whole key with it is Ecamm right now, it costs me $400 and some odd dollars just to have the platform. And then because I broadcast so much, it was another $200 on top of that. I just dropped $600 on Ecamm the other day. You know,
Wow.
so it's not like we're sitting home, you know, and I'm running, you know, to Ecuador with my money from.
That's why it drives me crazy. I'll say it. I'll say it for every creator out there. When people bitch and moan about a creator having ads on their channel or going with memberships, I don't even want to have the conversation with those people, because we don't do it for the money. This would be the worst return on investment. You can make a lot of money on YouTube if you turn into Casey Neistat. I'm pretty sure that's 5. There's money to be made here, and I do think it's an opportunity. Okay, so don't think that I think there's not an opportunity here, but it's a 5, 6, 10-year plan. It is not. We're losing money, and I'm not crying, and Pete's certainly not crying. But you know, if you're one of those people who's ever bitched and moaned about an ad on a video, skip the ad and shut up. I mean, you know, be Pete's member if you watch his stuff. Why? It blesses him. He's not going to ask for it, but I will. And you're crushing it with the members. I mean, your members are taken care of and love you, and you love them back. And I mean, talking about building community, you're the king of it.
Well, that's the key, Jeff. You have to give back. What I can't stand, okay, as a creator, and I said this before it started. You've heard me. We've had this conversation because we argued about it. I cannot stand when someone puts out, here's my membership. Here's what I'm going to do. And I'm not just talking about our thing. I wrote a James Ryan letter to the Baltimore Orioles because of what they promised my kid for the little Birdland Orioles club, that he didn't get a bunch of stuff. And they were just like, oh, well, sorry. Okay. I try to go over and above to say to the members, you're taking the time to invest in us. We're going to invest in you. We're going to mail you stuff. We're going to put you up on the screen. You know, I go out of my way. Thanks, God bless, to Dad Builds. Again, executive producer helping me out. I go out of my way to put these emojis up there that I think are some of the best in the business.
You don't know what he's talking about. If you're a member, like if you're a member of my channel, you show up in green and you have access to some emojis. Feel free to drop some Hey, Rob, drop some emojis, members, so you guys know what Pete's talking about. Now, his emojis will be different than mine, of course.
Right. So mine are clear back. They're top of the line. They're HD. They're unique topics. I've got 97 different emojis that Dad Builds and I have put together that are sitting there waiting for me to intertwine out. Holiday, seasonal ones, everything. Again, to enhance the experience for the people who have become members.
There you go. Guys are dropping those emojis so you guys know what he's talking about if you don't.
There you go. So that's important to me. And, you know, same token, we talk about, okay, what do you do? Okay, we got membership and all this stuff. When I've been blessed, Jeff, with certain times by different people in the community, I have also in turn, I have no problem saying this, I have blessed people that help me. You know, the people that try to help me, I try to help them a little bit with a little something here and there as a thank you for what I do. You know, Casey won't let me do it for him. Casey gets mad if I try to do it to him. Okay. Dad Builds gets grumpy, but I make him deal with it. Ollie gets grumpy, but I make him deal with it.
I don't think I've seen him grumpy. Does he get grumpy on stream? I haven't seen one of those.
He's a very proud person. He doesn't, he's very proud, you know.
He's a good
guy. Like, yeah, look, I'm the same way. I get today. Okay, so what's today? It's
Sunday.
It's 11:54, right? In 6 minutes,
at your house.
In 6 minutes, I turn 52. Okay.
I was gonna.
Yeah. 6 minutes.
Trying to have you.
I turned 52. We're not singing to me.
So, jerk. Yes, we are. 6 more minutes.
I had Surf Bum John and a couple other people come in tonight. John gave me a $50 super chat.
Oh.
I was blessed that he blessed.
I don't know who you said, but whoever did that, thank you. I'm not sure who you said.
I still work through that, you know, because I'm not doing this.
You do. I've watched you have.
I do, you know, because you know it's still a thing. You know, to me, I'm still doing this because I get up every day. I love the Disney community that we're a part of. Some of my best friends now in the world are people in this community.
Yes, me too. Well, you're one of them.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. And when I get to Disney, although hashtag you won't be there. When I get to Disney.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Before you move on, last year you told me the date you were going. I changed my plans. It was on my anniversary to go. So
hey, change your plans this year. So everybody, when I get there, it'll be emotional. It'll be emotional for me to be around that many people that I value.
I'm
And
actually pissed that I won't be there.
it's the first night of the Christmas party.
Not pissed.
It's more of a list of who's not at the Christmas party.
I know. Thanks.
As to who is, because it's everybody, their mama and their second cousin that's going to be there that night. And I can't wait. I'm going to have a blast.
Elena.
And I'm sure it'll be
somebody better be videoing it. I'm sure I don't have to say that with this community.
I'm putting together something. My plan is that I will be doing a bunch of pictures and video together to music and to some other stuff that I will put out on my channel as a video.
When I get home. You better. So with 4 minutes, what time is it? Where'd it go? With 3.5 minutes to go, you couldn't have shut it for 3 more minutes. I was very much hoping to get to midnight your time, which is in, by my math, 3.5 minutes, and call you an old guy. So, but you let the cat out of the bag. Chat's already been all happy birthdayed out. So not only do I not get to meet up with you in Disney again, but now you ruined my happy birthday surprise. But what are you doing for your birthday, Pete? In 2 minutes and 45 seconds or whatever.
Well, apparently I'll be here arguing with you later in the day. Later in the day, I will be. I'm going to be broadcasting a football game and just doing that. And my kids got me a sweatshirt with the channel logo on it, and which
that's cool.
Yeah, something that they wanted to do, and we're saving up for Disney.
You know what? Something I wanted to do is I want to be the first person to tell you happy birthday, but no, 47 people in chat.
Yeah, so it's we're saving up for Disney. It's not going to be a cheap trip, and we paid for most of it. Now,
if you had a cheap trip to Disney, you'd be the first.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've paid for most of it already. I'm every extra money that comes in, we're putting away into some Disney gift cards and stuff. So that
gotcha.
I want to
lightsabers and popcorn, right? Lightsabers and popcorn.
Here's the thing: after what I went through, laying in a coma, the doctors
right after that trip.
After the Star Wars trip, laying in
directly
for 40 some days or whatever it was that I was in this coma, and my wife being told for the first 9 days every night before my wife left the hospital, my wife was told by either the lead nurse or the doctor, say goodbye to him. He's not going to make it through the night. Say goodbye to him. She lived with that. She drove home crying every night, came in this house
I can't even
every night in tears. Her parents were here, God bless them, waiting for her to get home, and she had to deal with that. So for 9 days of her life, she came home and left the hospital and left me there. Didn't know what her future was going to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know, where we were going to be, and realistically never had a chance to say goodbye or anything to me because I went blank here in the house when they took me to the hospital. I was delusional. I called Dave from Brandy and Dave from the ambulance.
I knew this before you did, and you were the one doing it.
Telling Dave to do stuff for my work, and I told him I'm not. He told me something effective. You called me and told me I'm not putting up with your lip. I'll fire your blank. And I didn't remember any of it.
I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for me. But that's where I learned of it. I learned of it through that phone call, and we have common friends, obviously, and. I'm a prayerful man. I'm a believer, and I pray every day for all kinds of important things and all kinds of non-important things. And, honestly, I don't even know your wife. I mean, I've said hi to her when she's, I don't even know if I've said hi to her. But my point is, I prayed for her as much as you. I'm still do, frankly, because, I can't imagine, saying goodbye to my wife every night, 9 straight days like that. What does that do to a human being? Like she deserves. That's
what she was told to do. So
I don't even know.
I want to go to Disney. And I'm hoping that, over this next couple of weeks, I'll be able to put a little bit out of each because I still, get compensated for my job and all for long-term disability right now. I'm going to take a little bit out of each one and put it away and try to save up because I want to do something special for my wife and the girls, that we're down there to make their trip the best ever. Because the last time I went to Disney, I didn't know that it was almost the last time I went to Disney. I stood at that hub. Okay. The last thing I did, and people that follow my channel know, the last thing I did is I stood at the hub where they put the Christmas tree in the front. And I was standing there looking at, you had the bench with Roy and Minnie on it. That was
one of my favorite places on all earth.
Okay.
Yes.
So that bench was facing us. We were looking at the castle. Roy's back was to the castle. Dev and I were having a conversation.
Prince Charming Dev, if you don't know who he's talking about, guys.
We were having a conversation about if he should buy an engagement ring, when he should buy an engagement ring for Bianca, because they had started dating and he really liked her. And he was asking me from getting married to my wife for my advice. And we had that conversation, and I turned to him. I said, dude, we got to go. I got to make a damn plane. And he's like, yeah, let's go. And I turned to Roy. I turned back towards the castle like this. And I said, all right, Roy, have a good one. Walt, I'll see you soon. Not knowing that when I got home, I literally almost saw Walt. So it's kind of scary in the big picture. So,
well, you were in a very touching moment of that story. But if you haven't noticed the chat, and I put Rob's up there because he put it up there 1,000 times. I'll still be the first one to say it.
He wants me to hit the daggone horns. I'm not hitting those horns.
Well, they can type it, but I can say it. Happy birthday, my friend. I hope today is one of your favorite days. I hope. Look at guys. I'm going to talk to everybody in chat for a minute. If you don't celebrate every day, if you don't love everybody in your life that you should be loving, if you don't feel gratitude for every time you wake up, you're missing out on that opportunity. You're missing out on the positivity that your life can be. And if you didn't know that already, did Pete not just prove that to you? I don't know how awesome your life was before, and I'm sure it was. I mean, I knew you a little bit before. We were becoming friends before. We certainly know each other a lot better now. But if you can't see, the man has challenges like everybody. Nope, the man has bigger challenges than most people. But looks to me like you're having a good time, my friend. Am I right?
Well, it's a choice, Jeff. You know, I had a good life before this all happened. Okay, your lawyers contacted me. Great, Rob. Bring him on. I'll call James Ryan. We'll have a battle. You know, I had a good life beforehand. I had great kids. I had an amazing wife. I have great friends, family, and everything.
But you could have given up. You would have had every right.
Well, I was still with the military. I was working with the military company. I've proudly been working with the military for 20 years of my last 20 years of my life. I work for one of the best companies that I've ever met and best people I've ever met, and will be till the day I pass away. What happened is when I woke up to a different world. And there's a lot of things, Jeff. There's a lot of things that I don't remember. There's things that are gray that I have to ask my wife, well, what was that about? I don't remember, because the coma part took stuff out. You know, I don't remember. I'm trying to think the best way to put this. Remember is not the word. I can't relate to having both legs or having a left hand. Okay. I know I had one at one point, but when I woke up, they were gone. And when I woke up to a whole new world, and I laid for almost 2 years in a bed and fighting to the fact to just get back to a sense of normalcy.
Hey, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't imagine, but I
hear you. Some sense of normalcy, like to you who's watching this show, getting up and going to use the restroom and then getting into your bed and maybe washing up in the bathroom real quick before you go in. Well, that's just a simple fact. And maybe on the way in, you're walking by your fridge and you grab an orange and you eat the orange on the way out. I laid for several months, over a year, more than that, over a year and a quarter in a bed, wondering, are they going to take out the 12 tubes that are still in my body? Am I going to be able to walk again? How am I going to use a bathroom? I had to reteach myself all of this.
That's amazing.
And you know, and to where I've gotten empowerment. Okay. Empowerment, the Disney community, every person whose life has touched mine. Okay. Every person whose life has touched mine, whether it's you've been on my show, whether it's I've sent you an email about being in an event, whether I sent you an email because I like your content, whatever it is, that has impacted me greatly. Why did I want to do this channel? Because my son, while I laid in a coma, played this and that on Wednesday night, Corey on Thursday night, played Josh and Jenna every Friday night for me to listen to try to, while I was asleep, I still think subliminally it impacted me. He played Dev. He played the WW couple. He played Mouse Dog. He played a bunch of people. Okay. And I believe that had a factor. And then when I woke up, Jeff, one of the first things I said to my wife is, how are my kids? And that day, my wife said they're doing pretty good, blah, blah, blah. And she got to Preston. and she told me, that he's doing this, and I was like, oh crap, he had a big soccer tournament tomorrow. I said something like that. She goes, no, that was 3 weeks ago that he had that. You've been asleep for quite a bit. And I said, I dropped the F-bomb, and I said, F-bomb, I should have been there. And she said, Pete, don't worry. Steve from Steve's World flew in, and he and Walt came to Preston's tournament to support him.
Yeah.
And when she said something like that to me, I said to myself, I gotta get up. I gotta get back. I gotta pay these people back. And I will talk and help every channel I can till they hit 100,000. Then, you're on your own. Go figure it out. So it made me want to do stuff for this community. It made me, Yachty's giving me Yachty, and I think it was Yachty and somebody else gave me this moniker of the Godfather. It started out with Yachty and one other, and I apologize that I can't remember. I'm having a gray moment, as I call it. But, I took that moniker of the Godfather because I love the movie, first off, not as the whole, mobster type thing, but as the person who can help.
I love the Godfather movies. Yeah.
The person who can help others. And when I realized this was really working, Jeff, and this whole thing was happening, is 3 things happened recently. One of the larger channels in our community, who will remain nameless, called me about a problem in the community that they needed me to go fix. I wasn't even involved with it. They called me up, Pete, I know you know people. I know you know how to get a hold of people. I know you know how to spread a news. Can you please go represent me and go handle this for me?
Wow.
And I did it. And I went and did it. I'm proud to say that I did it. Second thing that happened is I was sitting watching people say, why are you doing all these sports? You're a Disney Channel. Well, I'm a Disney Channel that loves sports.
We talk about this a lot. Me and you talk about this.
Okay. So I do the sports. I do the sports because I want to find more people that not only love sports, but want to come in. That I've had so many people say, oh my God, I love Disney. I didn't even know this existed. Okay. And yes, Amber, I'm in the middle of an interview.
Just letting you know I was home.
Okay. I'll talk to you when I get done. You're going to be up for a few minutes?
Yeah, I'll be up
Okay. All right.
Hey, Amber, I'll let him go in a minute, Amber. Sorry.
Yeah, she's fine. I'm fine. She's just getting home from being out partying or whatever she's doing. So I want people to come over, and I've had people that say, oh my God, I love Disney. Didn't even know this existed. I had one guy one time that said, he messaged me, oh my God, this was right after I'd started. I'd done like 16 interviews. And he sent me a message. Oh my God, I am a DVC member from Wisconsin. Didn't even know this existed. I found your channel by accident. I just subscribed to 16 of the channels you interviewed.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's the first thing. But the bigger factor is when I see people, I sat and watched Diz Our Dream last Saturday doing their live stream. I was here working, listening to them. And all of a sudden I hear Diz Our Dream guy. And I can't remember what the name was at the time, but it was, Jeff. Well, Jimmy Smith. Thank you for that $10 super chat. And I looked over, and the name on the screen was somebody I just found the night before on a baseball stream that I talked to in the stream. I like Disney. Didn't even know this existed. Yeah. I talk about Diz Our Dream. He's a partner channel of mine like yours. This person went over, watched Jeff. He subscribed, and then he super chatted him $10. It's
a virtuous circle, right? Mm-hmm. It's that thing that you talked about. I mean, we've been going for almost an hour now, so maybe an hour ago, the silliness that is I'm afraid to lose. You're afraid to lose. I'm just going to say it because you're a loser and lose that mentality. Winners share their
growth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of it. Share their everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's such a valuable thing that everyone needs to learn. I do want to reach out or mention what Jonathan said. What? I know you weren't there for them, but we do this Thursday show, this Thursday night football show that me and you kind of started, and Kelly from Myers of the Mouse. Excuse me, I've got a tickle in my throat here. Anyway, and it's been it's been way better for me than a stream because it's you two are two of my best friends. I mean, we talk all the time, and I mean now it's exclusively you're on your channel, and it's more than that. Even it's morphed into 3 or 4 shows, and your I mean I don't want to take credit, but your sports broadcast kind of are a branch out of that show. And Jonathan is saying something that I don't even know how much you know about this really. Like he says, I will always remember the Thursday football streams without you and the emotions that went through all this. We were doing it during your downtime and
my nap.
Your nap. Yeah. And again, I'm a man of prayer. I don't care if this offends you. Good luck to you. See ya. I pray every day. I pray all the time. I don't have any problem. I mean, I hope I don't put it on my sleeve too much, but I don't mind sharing it either. I'm a man of faith. And, we would talk about you and, we were holding your spot. And I don't know that the show would, I don't know that I'd still be doing football streams, frankly, had you not done that. Because I mean, you guys, I love sports, and I was doing football streams and baseball streams on my channel, and I may still do those kinds of things on another channel. But you know how I feel. We talk about it all the time. I don't want to confuse the algorithm and confuse the viewer. But long story short, we would talk about when you were coming back, even though the evidence we had, which was not great in volume, was even worse in fact. It was weird, but I'm a big believer in belief, and me and Kelly and Jeff from Our Dream, who came in and held your seat for you, and the chat and the community, just, I don't know. I'm not going to say it was a prayer because it wasn't like church, but
first off, two things. One, the fact of prayers work. Okay. Prayers. I'm a full believer that the prayers of so many people that were out there in my community through my work. I mean, my company's a global company. No, we're not United States wise. We're global military. I had people in all over the world that took the time to pray for me and were so gracious and tried to do stuff for our family and help us. Just the love that was felt through all that, our families, and then this community. The prayers worked to get us to where we needed to be, and I'm a firm believer of that.
Yeah.
In that whole factor. I have no idea why you're here either, but I'm glad you're here, strangers.
I was just going to say, Stringers Are Live. You're here because this is a weekly show where we talk about growing our influence and our ability to grow on YouTube and other places. And you just came in late, and if you stick around, you're going to get all kinds of tips and tricks.
Yeah.
That's Pete McDevitt. You need to follow his channel if you want to learn how to grow and be a live streamer. I'm Jeff. Welcome in.
Here's the other thing, Jeff, is that, and I've said this a couple times, not a lot. And I got to pace myself when I do this so I don't get emotional, because, when I talk about this, it's a tough thing. That's why I have the video on my channel so that people can go to it, because I haven't talked about this really since I did that show. I try to avoid doing it, but I don't mind doing it because of you and your show to do it. First off, when you're told by doctors that, and I'm lucky, my doctor is one of the best in the world. He's world renowned and world recognized. Ed's been through a lot lately too, just like me. He and I are on the same path. But my doctor is one of the best in the world, and he's got so many accommodations. When sports heroes, as you call them, sports athletes.
Hold on, Pete. Stringers, because you'll learn a thing. Hang out, listen to Pete and me, and you'll learn a thing.
So
or not.
When athletes get hurt anywhere around the East Coast, when police officers are shot, when some of the things have happened with some of our military people, they fly in, and the hands of Dr. Scalea go on them. He's world renowned. Somehow God put me to his path, and he took me on. Okay. God acting there. I believe in that faith, the way that happened, the prayers of everybody doing it. When Dr. Scalea sits there and tells you, I've had people that had the sepsis, that a couple made it, but a lot died. I've had people that had the toxic, some made it, some died. I haven't had anybody that had both the way that you had it that have lived.
Wow.
I don't know how you're here, but you are, and I went through when I go back in November to Disney for the first time, it will be 2 years and 2 months since I've been there. And I used to go there 8 to 9 times a year. It's been 2 years. When I get
your anniversary just went by, right? Yeah.
The anniversary for me is September the 19th for me. When I went down, I came home, I went to Disney. I was there for 4 days. I came home and I collapsed. Actually originally here in the office where I'm at right now. Okay. And somehow and I don't remember, because this is what people tell me. I somehow drugged myself out to the living room. That's where my wife called me, couldn't get a hold of me. My daughter I was supposed to take my daughter to school. I couldn't drive her because I was delirious. She went to school. She called her mom and said, something's wrong with Dad. And my mother came over, who lives 2 blocks over, and found me on the ground and called the doctors or called the ambulance and got me out of here. And that's how, the whole thing went down. So, but when you have all that go through that and you live through that and, you wake up and you don't know, your whole life has changed. I was an active person. I cut the grass. I did all this stuff, just like the other day, Jeff. I mean, some people know this, a few in the community, not a lot. Jeff knows it because we talk, but I went to my prosthesis the other day. Okay. So I've had my left leg now, the original first one that was removed. I've had that for close to 6 months. Okay. The right leg was removed 3 months ago. Okay. I've had the prosthesis for the right leg for 2 months. Okay. I called the guy the other day, and I said, hey, I'm coming down there. I want to get the new legs, the ones that flex. I'm ready to get them. He went through this whole song and dance. You're not ready, blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, well, come in. Let me at least do a thing because I got a doctor's appointment next week and I'd like you to see me before I go to my doctor. We're sitting in the office. He's in his chair. He goes, well, let's see a little bit what you can do. I'm going to get a couple people to help you walk here and we'll go over to the parallel bars. We were in an office, had to go out the office and around the door of the parallel bars. We'll get a couple people. I'm going to text them on the iPad to come over here and then we'll go over. He went and did this and turned his back to me. That's the wrong thing to do. I got up and started walking, and all of a sudden he turns around and goes, holy, blah, 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 blah. What are you doing? And I just walked right over to the parallel bars. And at the end of the visit, he looked right at me and he said, there's no way you should be this far for 2 months into the second leg. I don't know how you're doing it or what's driving you. I'm going to approve you from my end for the new legs. Go see your doctor next week. And I was like, okay. And he goes, furthermore, let's set a follow-up appointment for you for the following Monday to do the actual sizing and fitting of the new legs.
Nice.
So I am determined to do 3 things. Hey, what's up, Orlando guy? I am determined to walk down Main Street, take some steps and walk down Main Street. 1. I am determined to dance with my wife again at all of my kids' weddings. Okay? Determined. And 3, I am determined to not be held down by my disability. Okay. When people look at me, my one problem is with what I did for a living for life that I can sit here. Why do I like broadcasting with Tina Marie so much? Because she's fun, but I can read faces for a living. I'm pretty good at it. And I can read what she's thinking and I'll text her. Why are you thinking this? And she'll be having a fit. But that's also my problem, Jeff, because when I came home here, if you remember when I first came home, you and I talked like about the 3rd day that I was home.
I remember when you called me, I was on somebody else's live stream and you called me and I because you'll do it. I don't take calls if I'm on my show or especially somebody else's show. And I was not in the loop that you were better yet. I don't think anybody was. No. I know for a fact nobody was. And you called me and you were watching the show. Yeah. And I got off and we talked and prayed and cried.
When I came home, the 3rd day that I was home, I talked to a couple people, but we called and we ordered a pizza for the family. Okay. And I was in this chair. It's an electrical chair that was given to me, and God bless, because, I can, without having to wear my legs all the time, I can get around and move. Okay. So I was sitting in my chair and I was sitting like this. Okay. As the guy came in, because I was watching something on TV, and I turned and I looked at the guy like this, and I saw on his face, and I read, you know what I'm talking about. I read on his face, holy F, that's a monster. That's what I read when he looked at me. Okay. And I looked at him like that, and I read his face. And my wife says all the time, she goes, I saw it happening and I couldn't stop it. She goes, she saw my face react to his read. I read him and she saw me react, and I lit that son of a gun up. Like, I chastised him because I was in a lot of pain. I was still coming. And my wife said to me afterwards, God bless her. Again, my wife's smarter than me sometimes, most of the time, a lot of the time. She said, as you go through this new path in life,
Hmm.
you can't meet people and read them and give it to them. People are going to come to you and they're not going to know how to react. And once you tell them your story, maybe they'll understand more. You know, I don't mind saying, look, I've got a deformed right hand. Okay. In order to save my life, they had to take all the tendons out of this hand, out of this wrist. So if I don't have my cast on, my wrist, okay, so I've got my thing here. I'm holding it right now, right? Okay, I got no problem saying this. I let go, it falls down. Okay, I can't do anything about it. It's just part of it. I'm not going to have a left hand, but I can damn sure get legs on. Okay, I can wear a wrist brace, and I can go out and do things. You know, I tried to start cutting the grass the other day. My wife had a fit because I was holding on to it, and she knew what I was thinking, and all I heard her go was no. You know, because she knows. Well, just like when we came out of the doctor's office the other day, I stopped the scooter at the back of the car because I was going to get up and walk to the front of that car. And she looked at me, no. And I was like, what do you mean no? She's like, I'm not ready yet. She goes, I get that you're ready. I'm not ready. And it's tough, you know, for
sure. I mean, I can't imagine, but yeah.
Too. So, but and use this, people. Use this. I try to tell everybody, if you're doing your channel, how does it relate to everything we've talked about here medically? It doesn't, I'm going to quote The Rock, somewhere Steve's having a fit. It doesn't matter what your challenge is, whether you're not a great creator, whether your audio stinks, whether your video stinks, whatever it is can be overcome. Don't accept no for an answer. Find a way to work through it. You too can have success. And success is not, let me say this too, and Jessica, I'm going to drive Jeff nuts with this. The numbers of subscribers are a vanity plate. Okay, that we all want. It's a vanity plate that we all want and need. As a creator, you need to be told by other people that you're doing a good job. That's the vanity plate. The reward is the watch time. How much people are your videos?
The metric that matters, I don't know about the reward. The metric that matters is the watch time.
Yes. Well, that's the reward. They're staying and watching you. Okay. It doesn't. Yeah. If you think you're helping your creator, and I'll use Tina McNeil because I can, because she's here. Yachty! Hello.
She says she loves that. Where have you heard that before? Is that did you come up with that?
She's heard it from me before. Yeah, because I've tried to talk with Yachty and help her.
No. I mean the vanity plate line.
Well, Steve used it before you did, but I didn't want to say that.
Sure you did.
So here's the thing: as you create and you're doing it, if you think I'm gonna use Tina McNeil because I can, because she knows that I'm just using an example. Okay, let's say Tina McNeil's out there. Now, first off, before I say what I'm going to say, Tina McNeil watches everybody and supports every channel.
She's great.
There's not many people in this Disney community that are like a Tina McNeil.
One of my favorites.
She's a special angel. But let's just say Tina McNeil, and I'm using her as an example. Again, this is not her. But let's say all of a sudden she was just clicking in a video, clicking out, going over. If you think you're helping a creator because you stopped in for 5 seconds, hi, I'm here. How you doing? All right, good. The creator saw me. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm gone. You're not helping them. You're hurting them.
That's right.
Down their average watch time.
That's right.
You would be better.
You're giving the algorithm, you're giving YouTube, you're giving them information that says, I went in and I was out. That is the exact opposite.
It's the exact opposite. You're not helping.
Narrow Valley.
You want to watch? You want to help people? If you like them, turn on their video. And even if you can't watch them for a few minutes, let them run in the background for a little bit. Don't jump in and out. That helps them. Share out your favorite creator. That helps them. Hit a like.
I would say if you like them, watch them.
Yeah, that's the key.
It's that easy. It's that simple. There's no shortcut that matters. I'm not saying there's not shortcuts, but there's no shortcut that matters. If you want to help a creator, you must like their content. Watch it. If you everything else is
and to
artificial.
Go back to a couple points you made, Jeff, real quick. You talked about success and why you have it. Okay. Let's use Resort TV One. They're the ones that a lot of us found the first time and everything. I look at them as kind of a patriarchal channel.
Very true. Well said.
So what have Josh and Jenna done? Okay. Team Resort TV One, because they got the West Coast crew and all that. What have they done? They were consistent. They were going every Friday.
Dale and Mom and Dad.
Dale, Mom and Dad, everybody. They were going every Friday. They were putting out quality content. Josh was constantly working hard behind the scenes to improve his sound, his picture, his
A
broadcast.
lot more than people understand. Absolutely. Yes.
Jenna was putting out phenomenal, consistent vlogs about whatever they were doing. Okay. Again, phenomenal, consistent things about what they were doing. As they continued to grow and more people found them, the spider web kept growing. And then they got to 100,000 and everybody said, oh man, they're there. Awesome. And they started going more. They started going live more. And everybody said, oh, why are they doing that? Why are they going more? Why are they going? Here's why. They're doing something really good. They're finding success. They're enjoying what they're doing. And they're putting out phenomenal content. Even though they might be going the same time as you, they are helping the Disney YouTube community by bringing more recognition, more people, and all to it. And more people, you want to be successful, follow that model. Consistency, quality, compassion. They care about the people on their channel. They try to react and do. They have, I know you're not a moderator person. They are. They use their moderators. They try to manage.
I'm a moderator for them. I just never do.
I know, but they do a good job with their moderators. Some of their moderators are OG and the best in the business.
So you can go in, the analytics in YouTube are amazing. That's my favorite part about it, really, frankly. And one of the things you can go see is what channels people on your channel are also watching. And by far, the channel that sends me the most views and my subscribers and my viewers are part of their community is Resort TV One. Like it's by far leaps and bounds. And I bet most of us can say that. It's amazing. I that's the thing. Like if you're part of this Disney community, but you're rooting against others in the Disney community, you're actually rooting against yourself. Like it's truly stupid. But anyway.
You're your own gate holder. I mean, what you do, I spent hours of my time, because I'm at home. I had a little bit more time to do it. I spend hours of my time sharing my content out, working with other creators, being involved in community segments,
your Facebook group, your so much
Facebook group, all these. It's a wheel. Okay, I'm sitting
and other people's groups and other people's communities. Yeah,
and I'll continue to help people. And I'll continue to do my thing, as I.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like we've talked about moderators and we've talked about community, and I think this might be where we overlap. We disagree on moderators a little bit, and I have a very, very minority view on moderators. And don't assume you know what I'm talking about, people. I don't dislike moderators by any means, but I don't use them on my channel. And I think that those people that we talked about that go into chats just to, hey, I'm here, look at me, please subscribe to my channel, whether they say that or not. Some of them you can tell that's what they're doing. That's not providing value. But those moderators who are providing value, those viewers, those friends, those members, those subscribers, whatever, that are providing value, whether you mean to or not, that comes back. It's just like when you go into it. Here's the analogy that I give, and I think it works in chat and it works in real life. If you're at a party and you come in and you're not the first one at the party, and there's a group of 8 people over there, and there's 4 women and 4 men in a circle, and they're having a conversation. You walk over there and you say, "Hi, I'm an insurance salesman, and my name's Jeff, and can I sell you insurance?" Nobody's going to give a flying flip about you. Maybe you're selling Avon. You say that. Nobody's going to give a flying flip. If you go in and introduce yourself and engage in the conversation and build rapport and provide freaking value, how many times have I said that? More than I've said Casey Neistat tonight. Then maybe they become your insurance client or whatever your goal was. But you have to provide that value. Nobody cares about you until they see you care about them. And I feel like that's what we're saying. Are we on the same page with that?
We are on the same page, but I will tell you, there's 2 things that I look at. One, I do check from time to time because I try to help. I try to help other people. Okay.
You check what? I'm sorry. I said I didn't.
I try to help other people all the time, but this happens more with newer creators than veterans. I will have newer creators that'll come into my chat. Hey, Pete, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm working hard on this. Okay. And I will look over 10 minutes later and I'll check and see if they're still on my channel. Okay. Because there is a way, if you know what you're doing, to know if somebody's still in your stream. And if I find somebody that's diving into my channel, trying to grow their channel the wrong way, which is, hey, come in, look at me, here I am. Oh, I'm gone. Okay. If you're doing that, that will tick me off because I don't do that to anybody else. I don't want it done to me. So I will stop shouting out that person. If you call me up and give me a hard time about, like someone did recently and said, why are you shouting out? I'll give you an example. I have a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday watch that I tell people, go check out the channels. You're on there for Sundays. I had somebody call me and say, why do you shout out those channels? What can I pay you to get on there? Nothing. You're not paying me a cent. I said, those people are on there. They don't pay me a penny. Well, I want to be on there. Well, that's not going to happen. Those people were there when I was laying in my coma. Those people were there when I was half dead looking after my wife. Those people were there accepting me and helping me grow when I was a brand new creator and didn't know anybody. So they will forever be there being shouted out. You want to sponsor a segment? I'll let you. I got four incredible sponsors on my channel. I'm willing. I have room for more. It's like the Haunted Mansion. There's always room for one more. You know? and
I might steal it. That's pretty good.
Those funds, but I watch for that. So don't go diving in because people can find that out. That's not a good thing. You know, it's not a good thing.
Well, I mean, I totally agree with what you said. I mean, on occasion, people get phone calls and stuff like that. But what he's saying there, if I can expand and you tell me if I'm wrong and tell the group if I'm wrong, is you can, I guess you can't always, but you can generally tell when somebody's there for the right reasons or they're for a selfish reason.
Yeah. Look, it's okay to be pushing yourself and be trying to grow your channel, but don't try to grow your channel at someone else's expense.
The best way to grow your channel is to provide good content
and work hard.
And then provide some more.
I do a lot of jokes. Okay. Jeff knows them. I do a lot of jokes. That's me. I like to make people laugh. To me, that's exciting. But comedy's not funny if you hurt someone's feelings. Okay. That's the whole thing. Joke has to be with people. But, I try to grow and do the right things to help people. And that's what I'm trying to teach everybody to do. Take a minute. You don't have to help everybody. Not everybody has to do what I'm doing, but try to help somebody. Help one person along somewhere along the way. If you're a new channel, I can't stress enough. Find other channels that have similar content creation that are around the same number of subscribers as you and reach out in a professional manner, the correct way to become a partner channel. When you have a partner actually talks about you when you're not there. That's what partner
channels good. Ooh, I'm stealing that. That's good.
That's what partner channels are about. They recognize you. They shout you out. They come in and watch your content for a few minutes. They help you out. That's what it's all about, and that's the whole key. Orlando guy, there's a great example of consistency and quality.
Well, quality, there.
Oh my God. Sure. Richard's stuff is sick. He's phenomenal. He's got one of the best voices in the business. So, Richard, I hope you got the email I sent you about the holiday event too, buddy. But that's the whole key. When people like the Orlando guys stop in my channel, I take pride in the fact that I'm doing something good. When other creators that are out there, like Florida Park and Viprio in here, Nick, stop in my channel, I know I'm doing something good. When I have people that are community people that are out there just in every channel, they're not really doing YouTube, but they're fans, Captain Akron, or they're moderators for other people, Tina, who was in here, people like that. When they come in to watch my content and hang with me, I know I'm doing something good. And here's the other thing I'll tell you.
True.
I had a lot of people. I've had a couple of people say this to me recently, Jeff. I don't know if we've talked about this. I've had people actually say to me, well, Pete, you must not be doing as good as you think because I never see Resort TV One or Corey or Dev or, these people in your chat. I've always wondered what partner channels were. Yeah, there you go.
Wait. I don't think I understand.
I've had people.
Please restate. I don't understand.
People reach out to me on social media.
Yeah. And
say, oh, your channel. I had one guy say, I think your channel's not doing as good as you think because all these channels, and he started listing people. Well, they don't come into your channel all the time.
Why would that be a metric? I don't.
Apparently, it was a metric to him. But my answer was pretty straightforward.
That's
okay.
Ridiculous.
The funny thing is, a lot of those channels, are now, when our community started, they were small creators. Okay. Small.
I mean, we all start with 0 subs.
Start with 0, right? We all hit that button. They're now, Corey's got 40K. Dev's got 111. Josh got 140 some.
It's kind of cool to know that we got to watch that growth, but please continue.
Okay. So they all started. Now they're up to this level. When they come into this chat, if Josh were to come in here right now, how many people you got in here right now, Jeff? I can't see it.
37, it looks like.
There's going to be at least 30 people that say hello to Josh at Resort TV One.
You're
going to have to type 30 times. And when I'm doing a show and I got 110 people live in there and he comes in, he's got to come in there and do it. So here's the funny thing. After I got this message from this person, the comedy thing was I was talking to both Dev and Josh within 2 days of that for 2 different other topics. And both of them brought up comments about my show. Oh my God, I can't believe you did this. They watch, but they don't go in. I will go to chats myself on days that I'm having a bad hand day. When I wake up and this hand is destroying me, it feels like somebody took a hammer and a maul to it for 25 minutes. And it happens a lot, unfortunately. It's part of.
I've never asked you that, but I've wondered why you're more active in the chats than I am.
Yeah.
And I don't have the same physical situation that you do. And I've wondered about that. Like
when I'm having a good day, I can Tina McNeil it. Okay. And Tina McNeil in it is what I learned from her a long time ago. Her and Rogers with a D. By the way, Stacy has a D in her name, just let you know. What I learned from those 2 special ladies.
Okay.
You're saying, trust me, it's a thing.
Okay.
So what I learned from those 2 special ladies is how you can moderate 2 or 3 channels at a time effectively.
Well, that's not even what I'm talking about, but that's a whole nother level of engagement.
I am back now because I use my left hand. I am back now on a day when I feel good. I can do a Wheeler, I can do a Tina, Stacy, and I can moderate 2 or 3 channels again. I started feeling good about doing that, and that makes me proud. But you can be in there. I will sit back and watch a show, okay, and moderate. And Tina knows this because she's done it a couple times and stuff, and Wheeler's done it. We will sit there and listen to the stream, or keep our hands on it and not active in the chat, but we're still moderating. Okay. The minute somebody does something stupid, get in there and clean it out or do what we need to do. Moderators know we're in there, but the people out there don't know it because we're just taking care of it because we don't want to disrespect, all these people that are watching. Okay. If all of a sudden they want to say 57 people want to say hi to me and I'm too hurt that day to do it, I don't want to disrespect Resort TV One, who I'm moderating for, who's someone, you get somebody that wanted to be a sponsor for him or wanted to be a member or wanted to do something. Well, at this, I'm leaving. 2 of their moderators I said hello to, they didn't say hi to me. It happens. I'm sorry. It's part of life. Okay. So we as moderators trying to do the right thing. We sit back sometimes. I do it. But we're still there supporting channels. And here's one thing I want to do, Jeff. I said this to Rogers. I put her on this task. Okay. And I don't know how you'll feel about it. I want you actually to tell me after the show because I'm afraid of your answer.
Well, I don't know what you're going to ask, but do you not want me to answer whatever you're about to
answer? If you want. Here's what I want to do.
I'm sure I will.
Here's what I want to do. I want to get together a couple of the people that are good moderators. And I want to offer for any channel that has new moderators that has never moderated before or brand new to their channel to do a sit-down Zoom call tutorial with the basics of moderating to help people. There's people that are moderating that don't understand they're put in that position. They want to do good, but they don't know. Sure. I'd like to teach them the things of, hey, okay, you want to be a moderator? Here's the first key things. If you're a moderator for a channel, share out their stuff and help them out because
and each channel has different opinions on that too.
Well, each channel will tell them directly, I want you to do it this way. But there's basic things that we could teach them. Share out the stream for your people. Like the video. When you're in there and you see somebody telling everybody to like the video, don't go right behind them. Like the video. Don't put the same thing another moderator put. Put a different thing. Put a link in from a past video.
When I had moderators and I would get that question, I would say 100% of the time, have fun.
Have fun. Exactly. But we could, I could do something. And I threw it out to Rogers to talk to some of the other OGs to get their opinion and to come back to me to see if they think the same thing I do. I think we could sit there and help people with the basics of moderating. Every channel is going to have their own way that they want their people to do. And they should follow that guideline of the creator. But there's the basics.
Yeah, what Josh wants, what Dev wants, what Pete wants. Very different. Yeah, absolutely.
You have to follow the guideline of your creator. But we could teach the basics, a 101 of moderating, the simple thing for a brand new person to help them out.
I think if they listen to 3 or 4 different viewpoints and they saw what was alike and what was different, I think that would be very illuminating. I think it's a great idea.
It could be. I think we could help people. You know, it's the big thing is it's not about trying to get a subscriber or tell anybody what to do or overtake anybody. I'm looking at channels out there. This community is growing twofold, 10 times over. Everybody's growing as soon as they get monetized. Look at the channels. I've got 37 channels that I highlight on Friday that are under 1,000 that are heading to 1,000. That's more people that are going to be monetized in the community that are going to want may want a moderator. That's a great point, Orlando guy. It's a skill set. It takes a ton of time and practice to become. Yes, Richard's absolutely right. But think about it, how we could help along somebody who's brand new, who doesn't really know things, that we could give them just a simple 15-minute tutorial of, hey, I hope this helps you out. After we finish, the last thing we say to them is, make sure you go back to anybody that asked you to moderate and ask them what the guidelines of their channel are and follow their guidelines.
So here's what I say to that.
Okay.
We should make a video.
I'm going to grab my drink, and I think I have whiskey in here. I hope I do. Go ahead.
we should collaborate and make 2 videos, one for my channel, one for your channel, about moderators. Maybe invite a couple other people on there, and it would live in perpetuity, and people could.
That's another idea.
Ask for more if they want.
I'd like to do that, and I'd like to do. I like the Zoom call thing too, because it gives you live interaction with.
Absolutely, that gives them a chance to. Well, I mean,
ask questions.
Absolutely, that's a whole nother. That's even better. Yeah, absolutely.
It's something I want to work on. I want to
maybe you can do it quarterly, a Zoom quarter. I mean, yeah, it's a great idea.
Well, and I asked, look, and I don't want to.
And this is 2 people for the chat. This is 2 people who have vastly different strategies on moderators.
Yes, absolutely. Now I asked. I don't want anybody offended. I asked Stacy, because Stacy Rogers without the D. Okay, Rogers is an OG in my mind.
Is there another Stacy Rogers that I need to be aware of? I'm a little.
Now I just like putting a D in her name because it makes her mad.
I'm sure you do.
I'm not abreast of calling her up at 1:45 in the morning and telling her, hey, you got a D in your name. I asked people for her to reach out to those that I know and trust, the LSU mom, the Tina McNeils, the Mike Wheelers, and there's many others that have been doing this since Resort TV 1 was 5,000 subscribers. Okay, that have learned and taught themselves, and we've helped coach each other that could come on with me, a couple people to come on, and we put it out there. And again, we tell the channels, I'm not charging for this. I'm doing it for free to help you. I'm not going to do anything channel specific. If somebody calls me up and says, on my channel, I like to do this, will you tell everybody to do this? No, we're going to do a basic 101 of here's the best way to moderate. Here's some of the questions that you should ask your creator. You know, what are the parameters of this? What are the, what do you want from this?
But again, I mean, I love it. And just kind of fleshing it out. I think that if we all took maybe the same, I'm just kind of creating what I would do in my brain right now. If we all answered the same questions, and it was, maybe it was a you and, the names we said, you and me and whoever, 5 or 6 different people, I think the moderators or the future potential moderators would see, again, the commonalities and where we're different. And if all 5 of us were different, maybe they would know too. Well, I should ask Pete how he feels about this. And if all 5 are right, are in agreement, there you go. I mean,
well, here's the great thing. There's many bubbles inside the Disney bubble, okay, of YouTube. Okay, there's all these different other little communities.
Yes.
When I set up my channel, Jeff, one of the things I decided was I always hated the fact that, oh God, don't go over into that other YouTube community. We're in our community, you stay in yours, or don't go over to the Instagram.
I learned of that. Yeah. Shockingly pretty early on.
Pretty early, me too. Or don't go over, the pin people are over there, they stay over there, and popcorn people are over here, stay away. I took
we can't be friends. It was like junior high, the part that I didn't like. You can't be friends with X because we're friends with Y.
Right. So I took
Screw you. I'll pick my own friends.
I took the Triple H sledgehammer and I'm breaking down walls because I don't care.
Amen.
And that's what I'm doing. So
if you're offended by who is my friend, you're the
there. I'm who I want to be. I look at it. I've sat on death's door. I can actually say I sat on death's door. I don't really care. So I've seen other great, like there's a young lady named Cookie, the moderator. Okay. She's over in Tanya's group. Phenomenal at what she does. I would reach out to people from other areas. There's a girl that moderates and cleans up stuff for Facebook groups. Her name is Darla. And she is Aliens Wear Green Hats. And she crushes it over on the Facebook stuff. I would ask her to come in and just talk about some of the things she looks for.
Great name, by the way.
Oh, yeah. And she's incredible. So there's so many great people out there that are doing stuff. Donna Jaworski, she's an OG. She's another one You know, when you talk about Stacy and LSU mom and all them, I would want Donna's input. You know, I don't care.
When I interviewed Stacy on my show, when I was doing an interview show, I learned a lot about, I got to be honest with you, mostly her passion for doing it.
Yeah.
And the whole community's passion for, it's pretty neat. Like people want to help you grow. It's, or not even grow, just help you. It's pretty cool.
Now, there is one other thing. There is one other thing that I use the Blue Wrench for. And when I sit with other creators, I just had this talk. It might have been Florida Park Explorers or Corey living in Diz. It was one of the two that I talked to. And we were talking about wrenches and things that things do. And I said to him, I said, you have 2 sets of moderators you should have. And he goes, what do you mean 2 sets of moderators? Exactly. I said, there are people out there, okay, that have blue wrenches that will never moderate in a channel. Do you know why? And the person I was talking to, I can't remember who it was, says, well, I have no clue. Because they are a channel of success that has had great success. And when they come into your chat, people like to have them have a wrench of their name because it highlights them. There's another OG right there that, you know, we'll talk about her in a second. So, you know, there's like, if you come into my chat.
I found that too, Pete. I found that there was people asking for it because they wanted it because it was available.
Well, not so much asking. Like Resort TV 1, Josh and Jenna both have a wrench on my channel. They're never going to moderate my stream unless somebody comes in while they're in there and does something totally stupid. Then they'll clean it up for me. But they're not going to be sitting watching my stuff. But when they come in, I want them respected as somebody in the community because their name's in a different.
Oh, they've earned that.
They've earned that respect. Yeah. So that's another reason to have a moderator. Tina Marie, okay, right there. As I call her, Tickles. That's her new name, by the way.
Tickles. Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yes,
okay.
Tina and Pickles together. It's Tickles.
I should have known. I should have got there on my own, but I didn't.
You should have. She is somebody that has come into the community and started out as an extreme introvert, very simple, doing little stuff, who has become one of the best moderators out there on the same level to me as McNeil and Rogers and all, and Donna Jaworski and all these other people, because she put her time in. She's worked her tail off, and she's phenomenal now at doing what she does. And it just goes to show that anybody can start from ground zero.
Yep.
What you put into it. Tina takes the time. She works hard. She's the lead moderator on my channel, and she earned it. I give her that title. She goes into my chat when I have a moderator chat that I don't allow all the BS in. I can't stand moderator chats where 27 people are telling everybody good night at the end of the night. I don't need to see that on my phone and running down my battery. My pod chat is for important news. Like Mike Wheeler, if something major happens in Disney, Mike Wheeler will come in and put it into my chat and let people know about it. So they're educated, okay? But Tina will go into my chat before every stream when I interview somebody and put all that person's social media links for all the other moderators so that everybody has it to work the stream. It's just little things like that that are amazing that we could hopefully help teach people.
I love the idea.
Might do it. So it's.
I mean, if I can be of help of that, I'm in. Whatever you want to do, I'd be.
As long as you're not going to yell at Stacy.
I'm going to yell at Stacy if she talks about her Eagles. They're evil.
No, that's a different story. So,
Pete,
what questions before we go does anybody have?
There you go. Perfect. Oh, Tina. Well, there you go.
How do you like Tina? I can't wait to get to Disney and do 2 things. I want to hug Tina and tell her I love her, and I want to look over at Flipper and ask him where his vibrating pickle is.
Hey, Ray J, how are you? Perfect timing. So there are people in my life that make me laugh, but I don't want them to see me laughing at their jokes. And on occasion, you're him. Hey, Ken, what's going on, buddy? Hope you're having a great day.
You talked about thinking. Hey, Ken, you talk about thinking is as you're a streamer when you're live, thinking ahead. Okay, what the wrestling business taught me, and again, that goes from people like that I worked with at the time on microphone stuff like the Iron Sheik and Bundy and people that I got to sit and talk to because my brother blessed me to introduce me to these people, and they became my friends. The Hardy Boys, Matt Hardy taught me so much about being on a microphone. Thinking like you and I are sitting here talking now, the whole interview, I've been thinking 2 questions ahead about topics I've wanted to talk about. It's no different than what I do on my channel when I see somebody come in and I see somebody pop into the chat and say hello. Like when I'm doing my Sunday question show and I start, so-and-so wants to know, so-and-so You know, I'm looking at people that are coming in the chat, and I'm thinking two things ahead. Like right now, I'm thinking of the Vibrary Project. Jeff would love to know, have you ever played Naked Twister? And they're right there. They just happen to be there.
Good night, Edson. Not with anyone that you know. How about that?
That is my Dole Whip Dad question of the day. You know that I ask that every show, that Dole Whip Dad wants to know.
See, that's why I've got so you talk about popping into chat and not talking or whatever you said earlier. On occasion, I'll be in there and I won't, you know, I don't always say hi. I try to be, I want to say hey and just be respectful of the creator. Hey, Pete, or hey, whoever. But sometimes I don't. Okay. And one of the reasons I don't, especially on your channel, is like the other night you had on, it was Jen. And I pop in and I say, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what I said. Probably hi, Jen. Hi, Pete. Something along those lines. And then you said, oh, I got a text from Jen and he has a question for you. And I don't remember what the question was, but it was definitely something I would never ask.
That's the whole point of doing it.
I know.
But I still use your name all the time. Even when you're not there, I'll say,
I've heard you use my name in the chat when I'm logged in as someone else, so as to not be able to have to say hello to 100 people.
Standard question is, have you played? Dole Whip Dad likes to play Naked Twister. Have you played Naked Twister lately? That is your question all the time. Now I switch things up. The best actual question on the show. The best actual question on the show that came in is from a beautiful person in this chat right now. And Jeff, I'll give you the question live.
Why am I getting nervous? I never get nervous.
You should get nervous. It's the hot seat. And by the way, when you come back to the hot seat, which Jeff is scheduled, by the way.
I might be sick that day.
Well, guess what? I've written 97 new questions. Brand new questions. But the question that goes to somebody in your chat right now is, Jeff, Dole Whip Dad, many times down in Graceland, Mar in Memphis has hung out and seen Rob Fuzz hanging around. And the rumor is that Rob Fuzz has been naked in the jungle room. Can you confirm or deny that? You don't want to answer, do you?
I thought you were asking someone in chat.
No, I'm asking you.
I cannot confirm nor deny that. No.
Okay. Well, that happens to be the Mar question. It's a great question.
I had to think it through for a second there.
Well, thank you. But anybody did anybody have any questions?
Yeah, now's the time. You know, before we let him go, throw out a happy birthday, but this is the time. We don't always have Pete like this. So this is your shot to, I mean, you can go on his channel and ask him anytime, but I would love for you guys to just ask Pete. I mean, if he's up for anything that you want to ask.
Anything, if you want to ask something about my medical stuff, if you want to ask creator talk, whatever you got, throw it out there. I'll ask.
And anybody who's a veteran of the show who's looking for any of the news that we share, or I'm just going to save it. None of it is very time consuming or time specific. So, yeah, just, you know, I'll talk about what it is really fast. So YouTube has got new chapters thing, and they're going to be searchable in the search engine. I'll talk about that more. Digital creators are going to be on the Billboard charts. I'll talk about a little bit more. Linktree has grown a lot. Blah, blah, blah. If you want more information about that, stick around. We'll probably talk about it maybe a little bit on my Facebook group. Now's your chance to ask Pete something, and please include in your question, happy birthday, Pete. What are you doing for your birthday? Katrina says it's Monday already here in Florida. What ride are you looking forward to at Disney, Pete? That's a great question. What ride or event or attraction, I'll add, are you most looking forward to?
I mean, it's a couple for Blaine. That's a good question. You know, it's different at each thing. I'm nervous.
Are you doing all the parks?
We're doing all the parks. I will say this. I've said this a couple times. I'll be honest. I usually never go into anything scared or nervous. I am scared or nervous about this because of the emotional weight it's going to have on me when I first get there. I have asked, I'm not going to lie, I've asked 2 people in the community that will remain nameless at this point to please meet me there and our family there when we first walk into the park, because I'd like some emotional support, because I'm concerned. Now, with that being said, I'm ecstatic about
just being in the parks, not anything specific, just being in the park.
Get in the park, but I'm ecstatic about Big Thunder Mountain. It's one of my favorites. I love that one. I'm ecstatic about Slinky. It's one of my favorites. I love that one. I haven't done Rise yet. I want to do that. I want to do Ratatouille because it's new. I haven't even done the Mickey's Runaway Railway yet because I got it. So I'm excited about all that, but I'm most excited about being there with my family, okay, and seeing the joy of being there, and then seeing all my friends. That's the other key thing. So
another question: will Pete right Astro Orbiter with Jeff? I didn't realize that was with me. Okay, he answered anyway.
What ride? Let's see what we got.
Will Pete ride? Are you going to ride Astro Orbiter? They want to know with me, but I won't be there.
Oh, they're talking about Dizzard Dream because he cries like a
okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll get on there with Jeff just so I can yell at him. That'll be great. What ride or food are you looking for? Food wise, we're gonna go to restaurants I've never been to. We're gonna try some of that because of the way that the last time was almost my last. There's a couple restaurants like Sanaa and Boma that I want to try that we've never done. So I'm looking forward to stuff like that, and that's gonna be fun.
Richard, do you want to talk about shirts? I'd love to. We talked about it a little bit last week, and things are changing like crazy with that. I'd love to. Would you ever consider moving down to Florida? Ask Katrina.
That was actually in the original game plan, but now I have to wait and see with all the, we revamped this house to make it ADA approved. So I got to figure that out.
Later coffee. Yeah, that's a bigger issue than it would have been in the past.
Good night, Coffee Talking Tech. That's a cool name, by the way. I like that.
Yeah, good guy. Where to go? Oh, here you go. What a great game this was. He live streamed it. Inspirational wants to know, how much did you enjoy the Field of Dreams baseball game?
Phenomenal. I had goosebumps on it from the time that it started, with the pregame all the way through to the very last walk-off. It was probably one of the best baseball games I've ever seen in my life. And 13,000 channel views later, I couldn't be more ecstatic about all the people that...
You had been talking to me about how you thought that would be a good stream and you're excited about it for maybe a couple months. And boy, were you right.
Yeah. So what do we got? Question for me. What is your favorite Disney movie and character? And if you could make Whoopi with any Disney character, who would it be? Jessica Rabbit.
You can tell it's after midnight.
Jessica Rabbit. That's just Jessica Rabbit. Okay. She's in my 5 and she's not even legit. Favorite Disney movie is probably the Toy Story whole segment. Just all of that. I love all the Toy Story stuff from actual Disney. Of course, I'm a Star Wars nut, but Toy Story definitely. Favorite character, if I had to pick one, my son is Forky. Mine is, I have several for different reasons, but one of my main ones is Rex from Toy Story and the dinosaur, and Potato Head. Come on. It's Don Rickles. Potato Head, What are you looking at, you ugly swine? Come on. Swine. I love that one.
Captain Akron. She's just drawn that way. Katrina wants to know if you could, would you go to one of the theme parks overseas?
Yes, I want to go to Tokyo. And
why that one?
Just everything I've heard, the rides that I've seen are different. They've got 19 different popcorn buckets. I'd like to go to that one.
Do they really?
Yeah,
real?
Crazy. Oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
I can't go. One of my daughters is popcorn and popcorn bucket nuts, so that alone would be a whole trip.
Go online and go onto eBay and look up Tokyo Disney popcorn buckets and look at the stuff that comes up. It's sick.
Really? Huh, I will do that.
I got 2 of them in there right now that I spent $300 on combined before I got sick, when money wasn't a problem and it wasn't a concern, that I spent $150 each to get. One of them was the Steamboat Willie.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I've seen that one.
So it's the original one though. There's 2. There's a second level and the first level. And I got the first level. It cost.
I didn't know that. You know it more than me. I run a resale shop. I run a nonprofit. We have a resale shop, and we actually have gotten a couple in two that I'm aware of. Disney buckets. One was Mickey, Vampire. I don't even know. I guess Vampire. It's a pretty cool one, actually. It's right over there.
Tape. Yep.
You are Miss Potato. I don't know who she's talking to, but I'll take it.
She's talking to you, I assume.
Yeah, you can call me Potato. I don't care. I think I missed a question. I'm scrolling up to see.
The greatest comedian, one of the greatest comedians ever, Don Rickles.
One of the best, no doubt. It was pretty funny. Did a great job in was it Casino?
Yes. Oh, Rickles was just incredible. He's one of the. I don't want to visit a lot of graves, but at some point when I go to California, it's on my list to go. I want to go to pay my respects to Walt Disney. And of course, a couple of the voices of Mickey and Minnie Mouse are laid to rest just 15 feet from Walt Disney, almost 15, 20 feet. So I want to pay my respects to Walt and Roy because they're in the same cemetery. But I do want to go to, I believe Rickles is right up the street. I want to go to Rickles' grave because I just hit the greatest Rickles story ever. Can I tell this real quick?
Yeah, I'm good. As long as you want. I'm
good here too. The greatest Rickles story ever to me. And Don has a lot of them. If you read his books and do all his stuff, okay. At Dole Whip Dad, what shampoo do you use? He asked
me. The one my wife buys and puts in the. I don't know. I will never know the name. Oh, Trey, I don't know, something with a T. I'm not really
Put
sure.
up Tina's question. I'll get to that in 1 second. I'll answer it.
Okay, right here.
So the greatest Rickles story ever. Now I got to answer these questions, Rick. Pete, do you have a favorite piece of Disney merch? All of it. Everything that I bought. We collect Jim Shore. We collect popcorn buckets. We have our house right now has been decorated for Disney for Halloween since it went up. Disney blow-ups go up outside next week. And Christmas goes up November 1st. And I love all of our merch. And
we were talking about our front yard today.
Yep. So I'm not sure what Joseph is saying. You got to translate it.
I'll do it. Well, intern, who is Pete's dream person to interview? Can't say Walter Jessica.
Can't say Walter Jessica. Bob Gurr would be a great one to interview.
It's a good one. I've never met him, but Alana Zangano, who I know, has met him. Yeah. So he's a really nice guy.
Tim Tracker or Adam the Woo, because they to me were part of the pioneer group that started this whole social media thing. I already got to interview Lou Mangello. He was incredible. I got to interview Big Fat Panda. Incredible. Hashtag everybody go subscribe to Panda. I need everybody to get him out there, and we need to get him over 100K. He's 1,000 from 100K. It's stupid that he's sitting there this long. So I've interviewed those two guys. I'd like to interview Tracker and Adam at some point because I think it would be incredible. So Disney side, Bob Gurr. Disney YouTube side, those two guys.
Love it. So. Joseph says something, and I say no habla. Tina says Trace May. So I will give a Joseph question a little bit of attention. The only D I ever got in school was in Spanish 2, and I got a D. I should be over it, right? I'm 51 years old. I should be over it, but I'm still pissed about that D. But he made me speak in Spanish for Spanish 2, and he was scary. He was a boxing coach. I really liked him, but he was kind of scary, Mr. Contreras. So the only thing I learned how to say was no say, and it pissed him off, and I got a D. So that's all I got for you, Joseph.
So here's your Rickles story, Jeff.
Hit me.
This is awesome. One of my favorite ones for Rickles is he said that when he was a new up-and-comer, he becomes friends with Frank. He became friends with that whole Rat Pack group. He was at a bar. They were doing a bar show. I'm not sure if it was Vegas or it was New York, where it was. But Rickles went over to Sinatra, and he said, "Hey, Frank." He's like, "I know you're eating dinner. When you get done eating here, I'm going to be over here. I got this brand new girl that I'm dating, and I really want to make a good impression on her. And I think if you stop by and said hello to me, that I would be really over with." You know the story?
I do, but keep going.
So he says, "I really think I would be over with her, and it would help me, move the relationship along and get a little bit further." Because Don was trying to get lucky. So Frank says, "Don, I've got to finish my cappuccino here. Then I'm finishing up my meal. I'll say hello on the way out." So Rickles is sitting there having dinner with this beautiful woman that he had met. This is before Barbara, his wife. And Sinatra gets up, and as he's walking out, Sinatra walks by Frank's table, and he goes, "Hey, Don, how you doing tonight? Good to see you, my friend." And Rickles didn't miss a beat and goes, "Jesus Christ, Frank, I'm trying to eat here. Leave me alone. I don't have time for you." And Sinatra just dropped his jaw and walked away. And to me, it's one of the greatest Rickles. I've heard Rickles tell that story like 20 times. And it's just, it's.
Did he tell it on Carson? I feel like I watched a video of him telling it. I don't know.
He told it on Leno. He's told it on Letterman a couple times.
There you go.
It's just
I'm sure that's where I saw it on one of those.
So.
Good stuff. I love it. Yeah, he's a great guy. I love that whole Rat Pack thing. Katrina wants to know who has been the best CEO of Disney since Walt and Roy.
I still like Eisner, and I think I also think that his son-in-law did a good job while he was there for what he could do. Granted, I mean, he got into it because he was married to Walt's daughter, but it was a tough time when he was trying to do it. He was trying to lead a company that was led by an icon who was basically a family member. And that's not an easy thing to do, because you talk about walking in Walt's steps.
Right. And everyone's going to be
everyone. Yeah, everyone. Well,
I agree with
you. To be Miller Disney, and that's kind of what he was looked at as, was tough. And I thought from looking back, now granted, I wasn't around as much and all that.
Good night, Dave.
Good night, Dave. But to look back at what he did during the time frame, I think he did a good job. The other thing too, I mean, you have to look at, those who brought over Pixar. You know, I mean, was it Eisner? I think it was Eisner that brought over Pixar.
Would have been Iger. It was Iger.
Iger. So it was Iger. Okay, it was Iger that brought over Pixar.
Joseph, you're good, buddy. Just enjoy yourself. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, you're good. You're good, Joseph. When bringing over Pixar is a huge thing to Disney. That's, I mean, to buy that from Jobs.
Well,
you know,
and then he bought Star Wars and Fox and everything.
What it's all led to. So that's a huge thing. So I appreciate it. Tonight's been a lot of fun.
That's a hard question, but I would go with Iger. I can tell you no one would go with Chapek. I mean, I think he's getting a raw deal. But anyway, we're over 2 hours, buddy, and it's your birthday. We keep going. You're not even gonna have any more birthday. What do you got coming up on your channel? And we only have 4 more hours for you to tell us.
I'll tell you quickly. Tomorrow will be good. Football every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night now as it comes up with the football season. We're doing the NFL. College football Saturdays, August 28th. Starts all day Saturday college football. We'll do 3 games, a 12 o'clock, about a 6:30, 7 o'clock, and a 10 o'clock game. So 3 days of college football going on. And then every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday night, it's Disney content on my channel. Sunday, off the wall, it's ludicrous and ridiculous. Wednesday, standard format, interviewing some of the newest and up-and-coming people. And Friday night's a Friday night hangout. Any creator that has my link that's ever been on or due to be on my channel is welcome to stop in on a Friday night and say hello. It's unique, Jeff. I do that show on Friday nights, and I'm doing something that you and I talked about again when I first started creating. I said, man, what do you do to start up and have a show, and you don't know if anybody's going to come and actually watch? Well, for me, Friday night's even worse. I don't book anybody, so I don't know if any guests are even going to come in.
Friday nights are busy for me, but your numbers on Friday night, I'm quite aware of. They're pretty high. You do a great job, and people fight for their spot on the show. I happen to know.
Well, it's an open floor. Even if you see the show is full, because I can do 5 people on the show with Ecamm right now. I heard they're going to upgrade to 7 or 8, which will be great.
That's good for people to know that if you're full, you still got a shot. That's good for people.
Oh yeah, if it's full, wait 10, 15 minutes and then come in. I moved the first person out that came in, bring the next person in. I want it to be a constant revolving door so that people are coming, sitting on the porch. We're saying goodnight to somebody. It's just, I look at it like Walt's old town in Missouri. Okay. That old little small town he had.
Marceline.
Yeah. Marceline. I'm sitting on my front porch and a couple people are stopping by. We're having a Coke or a beer or a water. We're chatting. Somebody leaves. Hey, I got to go home and go see the wife. Oh, good. Hey, here comes Sue from across the street. Let's talk with her for a little bit. Oh, you got to go. Oh, you got to go put the kids to bed. Good night. Good. Hey, here comes Jim from the firehouse. That's kind of the way I want my Friday night to be.
What a neat attitude. I love that. I love that.
It's a great way for creators. Why are we doing it? I want to have fun. I want to tell jokes. I want to make fun of Flipper. All those things that I love to do. Because, I mean, look, he makes fun of himself. I just highlight it. But I want people to get to know creators and creators to have a chance to promote their channel on a format that's out there for people to think about it, Jeff. If you come on and there's 20 people that don't know you, there's a good chance that at least 10% of them will say, hey, that guy's pretty funny. I'm going to go check out his channel. Boom. And that's what I want.
Well, and it's just a nice way to connect with people too. I mean,
it's awesome. Some of my best friends right now in the world, I have a group of 7 guys that I grew up with, okay, that I'm still tight as nails with. But some of my other best friends in the world, are people on this platform that if I was asked and said, Pete, hey, you know what? Tina, I'm not going to say everybody, Tina and you and, Steve and, Kelly and all these people Donna that I've become friends with, Resort TV One and Corey and Dev and all these people that are very close with me. If somebody came to me again and said, hey, every one of your friends that you're friends with and tight on YouTube, tomorrow morning when they wake up, they'll have 100,000 subscribers. Or for Dev and Resort TV One, they'll have 1 million subscribers. Everybody that's 100K will have 1 million. Everybody that's not at 100 will have 100K. If somebody came to me tomorrow and said, Pete, we'll do that for you, but I need you to give up that other hand. I'd sacrifice it in a heartbeat, just like I do for my kids. It's the way I feel about people. And that's me being honest. I'm a very honest, caring person. Yes, I tell a lot of jokes, and yes, I present this tight facade. Now, yeah, I do have, I think I'm fourth cousins to the one of the crime families in New York. So, yeah,
Really?
Yeah, we did that ancestry thing.
Yeah.
My daughter did it.
Yeah.
And Big Paul kind of ran the Gambino family for quite a time.
Maybe.
Okay, so as I was growing up, I was a huge Gotti fan. I loved the Teflon Don.
I believe you.
Years later, after Gotti passed away, my daughter did the ancestry thing and found out that we're like third or fourth cousins to the Gambino family, and Gotti actually killed a fifth cousin. So
wow,
I show that tough facade, but yes, I can be that way when I need to. I've worked with the military for 20 years, like Jeff. If you put me on the wrong side, I'll come out fighting. But in the big picture, I try to do all the right things. I'm a very caring and
you wear your heart on your sleeve, and I love that about you. You care about people in this community as much, if not more, than pretty much everybody else, and it's attractive. It's pretty cool. We're blessed. I don't want to just kiss your butt, but it's your birthday, so I will. We're blessed to know you, and I'm blessed to call you a friend.
I should be allowed on your channel, since we're here, to call somebody at 1 a.m. because it is my birthday, right?
At 1 a.m?
Yeah, why not? Let's see. Who would be fun to call tonight?
You could call somebody on the West Coast and be less likely to piss somebody off.
Yeah, I could.
Yep. Thank you, Captain.
Let's go with this person.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you, buddy.
Hello.
Yachty, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful, but you made me tear up right now.
Why you tear up?
Because you're so amazing, and just like he just mentioned, we are so blessed to have you in our life.
Oh, I love having you in our life. But I do have one question. Your husband, he's going to eat a spider.
Oh my goodness, he's insane. He's not kissing me for a week.
I was going to ask you, how long would be the time frame before we were going to make out with Yachty again? It's a week is the time frame.
It's not happening. He better get his big kisses and make out before he eats that spider, because he's not going to have any for a while.
I will be flossing my teeth tonight now. I should anyway, but I will for sure now.
Yeah, he's a Dolphins fan. We can't do anything with him. Yeah, we can't do anything with him. If you have not watched Yachty's show on Friday, it's Friday afternoons, right, Yachty?
Yes, okay. Fridays at 8 Eastern.
Okay, so it's before I go. She's amazing. Pa will make an entrance like you've never been seen. You'll be watching Yachty, and Pa will come back behind her dressed like the Statue of Liberty in a dress and a gown, and it's pretty impressive. It's one of the fun. I go back and I hashtag replay Yachty all the time. Her shows are hysterical. If you're not following her,
team replay.
Yeah, how many your subscribers now? You're just what? Under 800? Where are you?
Oh my gosh, I can't get over it, and it's really so thanks to you and the chats and so many of our the supporting part, like you said. Drew has supported me so much, and I'm like at 860 now, and I can't believe it.
140 to go. Oh, real quick question. Dad Bills would like to know in the chat, are you watching Dole Whip Dad naked?
Oh my gosh. I didn't catch that.
Okay.
I think he means, what are you wearing? I don't think he thinks, do you think I'm naked?
I read it wrong.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Wrong, Yachty. I'm sorry. It happens.
English is a challenge. What do you say?
All right, we love you. Go check out Happily.
Love you. Happy birthday, Pete. I hope you have an amazing birthday. And
first time.
Absolutely.
First time Yachty's been on my channel. Thanks, Yachty.
Bye-bye.
Love you. Thanks.
So that's the kind of stuff. If you don't know Pete, that's the kind of stuff that happens on his channel all the time. He just calls people, not random people, but calls people randomly. And yeah, it's pretty insane. Yachty's awesome.
It's nice when you have people's numbers.
You have everyone's number who's ever gone to Disney. True or false?
I have, in the Disney community, okay, I would say I have probably over 50% of the creators that completely create in the community. Okay. But what I will say is this, and I tell people this when I do preliminary interviews with everybody before they do my show. It's requirement for do my show. And when I do them, I tell them I'm very proud of the fact that I can pick up the phone and call and or direct message just about everybody in the community except for Tim Tracker. And they'll answer me. Now, Adam doesn't answer me all the time. He'll answer me from time to time. But everybody else will generally graciously answer me when I do it. And I appreciate the fact that I've earned their respect and trust, and the fact that, yeah, I might be doing something funny, I always preface and tell people, hey, you're on live. Yadi's in here. She knew she was live. But if I'm just called like I'll call.
No. I've it depends on what's going on in the day. Sometimes when you call a guy it depends on how you talk. And every now and then I'll say, wait a minute, are we live?
Yeah.
I've done that to you.
But I will tell people when we're live, just because I don't want anybody to say anything they shouldn't or to disrespect themselves in any way. But that I've earned that trust in the community, because people know at the end of the day, I'm going to get in there with Thor's hammer, and I'm going to knock down every wall I can for that creator to help them get to 100,000. But like I said, Jeff, once you get to 100K, you're on your own. You got to go figure it out yourself. Like I told Nate the other day, you hit it, go figure it out now. So not that I stop helping them, I still help. But when you get to 100K, you don't need somebody digging the trenches like you did when you had 5,000.
I mean, you feel like you've done your job at that point, right?
Yeah, you feel like you've hit a number. And it makes me, the thing somebody said earlier in the chat, one of the questions was, what makes you most proud in the Disney community? I'll tell you what makes me most proud. It's two simple things. One, the little guy that does this channel with me, first and foremost. Two, seeing other people have success. I get more excitement and joy. Like when I hit 5,000 subscribers, I didn't put it out anywhere on Instagram. I didn't put it out anywhere on YouTube. I didn't put it into my chat. My son put it on Facebook because he thought that's what I wanted to do. And I had to reprimand him because I don't do that. Okay. I'm not going to go out and shout myself out. I sat that night shouting out everybody else on the channel, and somebody figured it out that I had hit 5K and put it into the chat. But that's just me. I'm not out here looking for the accolades. You want to help me? You want to make me happy? Do two things. Share out, do the tube thing, help your other creators. Do that. And then come over to my channel and have some fun with us. That's what I want to do. That's how you can make me happy.
What's the next level for Pete? I've watched you, and we've all watched you. A lot of us have watched you for a little over a year now. Go from an enhancer to a creator. What's your next step? And I'm not talking about numbers here. I get it. I'm not talking about numbers. Like, what's the next iteration of the Pete McDevitt show? What do you want to see happen? What do you have in plan? What are your hopes?
I think for right now, Jeff, for the next short time frame,
Good night, Jan.
We're at it by me adding in all these segments that we're doing, like the younger creators, the smaller ones. We recognize both. If you think about it on the channel, the smaller channels and the bigger ones. Next big things is this Christmas thing that we're doing. I can't wait to see 150 to 200 channels, I thought we had the biggest YouTube collaboration.
Year one was pretty impressive. You got a long way to go just to break even on that.
I want to see this Disney YouTube recognition series continue to grow. Did you see the button yet? The actual button, Jeff?
No, I have not.
If you actually watch my show, you would see that. Here, I'm sorry, I had to say that.
I watch a lot less than people think. That is freaking awesome, dude.
It is incredible. You can't even tell it doesn't look as good here on the screen, but it
looks good, dude.
It's bigger than a normal button, and it's a flat mat. We didn't go with a gloss, and it's got every character on there. And yours is already packed up and ready to go out because you get a replica copy of every one.
I wish I had him with me. I've been moving stuff around. I had him right there.
But it's, I want to see that thing continue to grow. We've inducted 85 people so far. There'll be another 24 to 30, depending on if it's, people with 2 people on a channel or 1 that'll be inducted into the.
Now just in case somebody doesn't know what you're talking about, what are you doing here? Give them 30 seconds or as long as you want on what the heck you're talking about in case people don't.
Minute version, because you got to.
You can go as long as you want. But some people probably don't know what you're talking about.
So we started this series as a joke. Okay, let's be honest. It started as a joke. I was sitting with Mickey's Magic, getting ready to be interviewed by her. And I was watching Steve from Steve's World. He was going the show before her. And her and I were watching him laughing. And he was doing a countdown of the top Muppets. And I said, we ought to do a show where I give everybody a Muppet character and call, what would be their Muppet character. And Meg.
I remember the early conversation. Well, I'll shut up. You keep going.
Meg goes, well, you can't do that. Somebody's going to put Shep as Gonzo and think it's about his nose. And I'm like, oh my God, we can't, So it evolved into what is now it over a 6-month period before we started it. It is now turned into it's called the Disney YouTube Recognition Series, and it is a virtual Hall of Fame for Disney people in the community. You can be a creator. You can be a moderator. You can be somebody that just watches content, that shares people out and does all kind of stuff. You can get achievement awards. We have a military award for people who have served for the military. We have an achievement one. You have to have over 100,000 to be recognized with the achievement one. We have recognitions for the strongest female, strongest male, strongest moderator, all kind of stuff. And it's all positive recognitions that go with it. Everybody gets a attribute, like a trait, and they get a number. Everybody's inducted in, just like the NFL Football Hall of Fame, where everybody has an induction number. Like, everybody knows their number. Like, there's Mark, number 27, Lightning McQueen. She was part of the Muppet segment. So we do a different segment each time. So we did the Muppets first. We did Pixar second. We did Star Wars third, giving people a character and a trait. We're now getting ready to do Marvel. And then on the Marvel one, we're going to announce the next one. We've kind of talked about it a little bit, but we're going to confirm it for the next one. And there's Tina Marie telling you numbers. Everybody knows their number. Number 33 right there. They all know the number they were inducted. That will forever be their number. And it's as high of a recognition as you could give. And the great thing is, it's voted upon. I called 20 channels together. Okay. And there's Tina McNeil, number 19, knows her number. I called 20 channels together. And it's some elite of the elite. Tanya, that crazy Disney lady, Resort TV 1, WDW couple. You know, there's so many. Donna Jaworski, you yourself, Kelly, Myers and the Mouse. So 20 channels came together. We voted the first class in. Once we voted in the first class, all of our 20 plus those that were inducted got to vote in the next class. So once you're inducted, you get to vote on the next class coming in, just like the Hall of Fame. And that's what I love about it. There's Elena, number 38, right there. So we're getting ready to vote in the next class. The Marvel show's coming up. I've got votes in right now, except for some people that have not sent their votes. They will not be named, although they're sitting in an Adventureland set right now. But we're almost done getting all the votes together. I will know who the next inductees are. And it's an honor. When you think about it, when your peers are voting you in, saying you are a level above everybody else, that's incredible. That's incredible. So
when people ask me about it and they don't know, I couldn't really find the answer for a while. And I remember talking to you about this for the whole season, the first season. When I say it now is it's just Pete and the group's way of saying thank you.
Yeah.
And are you okay with that? Because that's how I say it.
It is a way of saying thank you, but it's not. It's the community's way of saying thank you, because it's when you think about it, there's 85 inducted members plus 20 channels.
Well, that's what I say. I mean, but I mean the saying thank you part. I mean that's what we're doing, right? Like I
started it to do that, and it has evolved from Pete doing it to I'm just the puppeteer.
I didn't mean to put you on that pedestal, but I mean, you are the one that's doing tons of the work, though. But
look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm doing 95% of the work. I got no problem saying that. Okay, I wanted it that way. I know it's going to be done.
If I turned in my ballot in time, you would have all this free time on your hands. So you're welcome.
No, I've got plenty of work to do. Trust me. I'm trying not to be bombarded by everybody at the end. It's what I'm trying not to do. But you're not helping matters much.
I'm not a very helpful friend.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. Paybacks. But we're going to induct. Here's the greatest thing, Jeff. You remember this because you were there. At least I think you were there, or at least you were there in spirit. When we did the inductions for the last class.
Yes.
And we inducted in Star Wars. And
Star Wars, yes.
And we had 3 people that were inducted who were together in Disney that were sending us live pictures, live video content from them watching the show at the park and crying in tears because they were inducted in by the community.
Yeah.
To me, it was worth every hour that I put into this. And for this one coming up, I have to say, Dad Built has absolutely crushed it. Okay. Chris has stepped in, and he's my executive producer for a reason. I don't just say that to blow smoke up somebody's backside. I say that moniker.
He does a lot. I know. I probably don't even know all he does, and I know plenty.
He is helping me put together the videos. He's helping together to put the platform. Chris is a huge factor in this. Why
There
was
he is.
Chris
There he is.
voted in by the community with the last one? It's because of that. He does so much. I couldn't do my channel without it. Chris came up with this pin. It's incredible. All I did was buy them. Okay. I'm mailing them out. But I want to make, and I'll make sure that night that everybody knows everything that Dad Builds did. Just like I make sure everybody knows what Casey's done with my 4K video.
There's another video idea. Not that you need more ideas, but maybe a behind the scenes of the creation. People, I think, might like that.
You know, we could probably work on something that is, you know, got so much going on with it. But
no, I know you don't need another idea,
but it's you know, it's an incredible thing because the community's now voting. Like, you know, everybody that's put a number up in here and says, hey, I'm number 33, 27, whatever they are. They've all had 7 votes that they could put in of 7 people and or channels that they think should be inducted into the next one. You know, Pete, don't forget your reaction scene of the video of okay, Mike says that. Yeah. So Mike Wheeler, when he got his induction, he was part of the first class. I know people's numbers now too off the top of my head. Mike Wheeler, number 5, right? He was 5 to go in. Okay. Mike Wheeler took his button that he got. Now, every one of them is numbered. Here's the cool thing. Preston hand writes in permanent ink the number of the induction on the back of the actual button for the person. So nobody can get that from anywhere but Preston. Okay. Mike took his button down, met Myers and the Mouse. Kelly is one of our broadcasting partners for that, and he's on the oversight committee like yourself. And Mike had Kelly pin the button on him at the park. That's an incredible moment. Incredible moment that we were able to do that for somebody to show them how valued they are. Value. Jeff, we talked about it a lot tonight. How valuable you are. It's just another way of showing it.
we talk about that more when we talk about Casey Neistat.
Nightingale, whatever.
You know, can I give you a funny Casey story just because?
Sure, why not?
His uncle was a famous comedian, and he changed his name because people like you couldn't remember Neistat, and his name was Nye. His last name was Nye. And so, yeah, you're not the only one. But anyway,
I'm going to call him Knight Rider.
There you go. That's not so bad.
Yeah.
I think that what you, I know you don't want me to use that word there yet, but I'm going to do it anyway, have created with that is so valuable. I'm going to use that word because that's what seems to be the word of the night. You know, I remember the first time we did it and watching people's emotions threw me a curveball. I wasn't on my mind. Didn't think people were going to be crying. And what are we? This is number 4 now, right? So it's happened only with more emotion and more gratitude every time. And you're to be commended, man. I mean, I hope my subscribers, I hope my subscribers, I hope my viewers, I hope my friends know that I care about them. But I will say this, there's no doubt that yours know that. Like, I hope mine know that. And I believe I tell them, but you, my friend, are crushing the thank you, being full of gratitude to your viewing public more than anybody I know.
Yeah, and I appreciate your comments there, Jeff. That means a lot. But something that your viewers should know, since we're on your channel with your people here tonight that love Diz Our Dream. Did I say that out loud? I like to do that. It makes it bad.
All the Jeffs. I mean, I was reading chat, but I got there a little late.
I love doing that to him because he reacts so quickly. Usually, I do it all the time on purpose. When all the people that love Dole Whip Dad and love Jeff Bates, here's my thing. When I started this thing, one of the things I said is, guys, I want you to be a part of this, but here's the thing. I'm not going to allow myself to be voted into this segment. And they all said, what are you talking about? I said, it's not going to happen. There's no credibility in a recognition series if one of the people to go in is the guy that created it.
Yeah.
Okay. The guy that created the NFL Hall of Fame didn't go in until he died. When he passed away and he couldn't stop him anymore, they inducted him into the NFL Hall of Fame for starting. Okay. I would not do that. And to the credit of these 3 gentlemen, and I'm talking about Steve, Kelly, and Jeff, they all said, well, hey, same thing for us then. We're doing this with you. We're not going to be voted in. And I can tell you that Steve, Kelly, and Jeff, for the first 2, because we didn't put it out there that they weren't allowed to go in, for the first 2, for both Pixar and for Muppets, all three of the gentlemen had the votes to be voted in. All three of them had the numbers, and they chose not to be voted in. Now, we swerved Kelly on the last one because we found a loophole, and he deserved it, rightfully so.
Well, yeah, I mean,
military. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He deserved it for, when you're recognizing military people in the community, and we've got a really good one. By the way, I changed it last night. I'll tell you after the show who it is. We've got a really good one for this time that's military as well. When you serve your country, that's an amazing thing. And when you're a Disney creator after that and you served your country, while I can't get you to the flag to take it down at half mast at 5 o'clock at Magic Kingdom, we can induct you in to the series for a military recognition. And while Kelly was not thrilled with me for doing that because I found a loophole, then he had to deal with it. And he's very proud of his number and his recognition. Trust me. He's a little grumpy with the fact of, well, that's not right to Jeff and Steve. I said, well, we had that talk because he thinks of you guys. And I said, Kelly, Jeff and Steve didn't stand in front of bullets. You did. Thank you.
I love that. I mean, that's when we first connected, me and you. Obviously, there was the sports thing and the Disney thing that stood out, but your reverence for the military was probably the thing that made me answer the phone the most. I mean, I think I never served, and there's no words that will make a sentence that matters that I can share how much I love people who serve. And I'm a very patriotic guy, and I lived in Southern California, so Top Gun was down there and Camp Pendleton was down there. I mean, I could hear Camp Pendleton, I could feel the shake. We lived so close to it when they were doing their maneuvers and such. And I remember that conversation, man, and I'll stick by it. You guys give me something and I'm not going to be doing it anymore. I don't want that. And me and you feel the same way, but I didn't feel like that was disrespectful. I felt like that was respectful to Kelly because it's I guess it's related, but it's a level above, and it's something that frankly I want people in our community to know. I mean, there's parts of our lives that people know. We're very public when we do this. There's parts of lives that people not hide but keep back because it might be something that sounds like you're trying to get attention or praise for something that was sacrifice. We need, sorry for my soapbox, sorry not sorry, we need to love on those people, especially right now. And I'm not going to get all political, but if you know what you know what's going on across the world right now, and you need to reach out and say thank you to people who are doing that kind of stuff. And I was proud of us. I still feel the same way, and I won't speak for Steve, but don't give me one because I'm done what I do. But
and I told people too why when people say, well, why you do your channel, why you do this or whatever. My job, I went to work every day, and the first person I met had a machine gun or a 9mm. And that's the first person I dealt with. On 9/11, I was on Andrews Air Force Base when the vice president and the crew went flying by me to get back into the bunker as I was trying to get off base to get out. I should have been, had I done my normal path. I was supposed to go to Fort Myer that day. I would have been driving by the Pentagon when that plane hit it.
Wow, I already said that.
I was right about that time, but I ended up having to divert to Myer, or from Myer over to Andrews. And that's when it went down. I was over on Andrews. I stood at Dover Air Force Base and watched the caskets come home, watched them taken off a plane. I've worked directly with Gold Star and 5-star families that have lost family members. I've spent those days with those families, and I'm proud of that.
Annie, thank you for your entire family, including your service. I lived in San Diego, and like I said, I mentioned Top Gun and Camp Pendleton. I knew a lot of military people, all that, but I have nothing like you. I didn't have any relations like that. I've known some people, but whatever. But I remember I was running a Boys and Girls Club back in the day. This is at 9/11. I don't know how long we shut down American air travel. I don't remember. It was like a couple of weeks or a month or whatever. But I was at SeaWorld, San Diego SeaWorld. We were at a nonprofit training. I'm a nonprofit exec, and we were sitting in just outside. We were sitting in the parking lot, frankly, but it was one of the big, it was a big party training thing, whatever. And so it looked like you're in a building, but you were outside. And if you know where San Diego SeaWorld is, it's right by Lindbergh Field, right by the airport, and planes flew over. It was the first day that they started flights again. And I was with, I don't know, a couple hundred people maybe. And I don't even know how I'm telling you the story. And many of us, including me, started to tear up, and we weren't even sure why. but it was a little bit of that normalcy, a little bit of, okay, everything's going to be okay. We're flying again, or all that. And, I don't know. Just again, I'm thinking about Kelly right now, and some other people in our community, and yeah, he did say what he said, but I was proud of us for this.
And Annie, you're right, Jeff. And you said thank you to Annie for her service as an Army wife. What people don't realize is the soldier stands the post, but the family serves as well, and you have to
absolutely.
I have a unique touch to 9/11 in the fact that Elizabeth Wainio, who died on the plane going from New York, one of the New York planes, she lived 3 blocks over, and she graduated. My brother's 4 years behind me, and Elizabeth graduated with my brother. I knew her. I knew of her because she played sports. I wasn't friends with her, but she was an acquaintance. If we saw each other in town, we would have said hello to each other. And she's still remembered to this day. Every 9/11, several of the places in town put up a flyer of, hey, don't forget Elizabeth. And, it was a unique touch to have something to be that close to it as the whole thing went down. But, you just you gotta do what you do. And it's, we're in a different world, constantly. COVID's changed our world. 9/11's changed our world. 3 years, 5 years from now, something else will change our world. The best thing you could do is, like I say at the end of my shows, love yourself and each other. And that's the
and that's the thing. I know we're not going to go all night here. We've been 2.5 hours. So whenever you're ready to go, you just give me the high sign and we'll stop.
5 or 10 minutes.
What we do, it's not magic. It's fun. It's a lot of work and it costs a little money. But I think that what I hope to provide and what I know you provide and what so many of my friends and people I just watch provide is a little bit of fun. I have a great life. I'm a happy guy. I'm married really well. I've got amazing kids. I'm not rich, but I'm not poor. We're fine. And I'm blessed beyond measure. That said, this community, you, Pete, and so many people in chat and have enhanced my life, have made it better. I've said before, I go to Disney, one of my favorite places to go in the world. And now it's better than it was before, because I might get to see my buddy Pete or Kelly or Steve, all the guys. And I don't mean all the guys, all the people. I don't mean to make that gender specific. It's a community that's been a huge blessing to me and everybody in chat. And I'm not just talking about members and I'm not talking about subscribers. I'm not even talking about people that I necessarily know their name. It's just, we're just crazy people talking in a microphone or a screen or a camera. If people don't come, but the fact that like my Saturday morning show, it doesn't get a lot of viewers, but it's one of my favorite faking things to do because it's
you do that show with Nixon is her name, right? No, Carter. No, my favorite president, Reagan. Yes. I love it because you name. Mine too. Was that how she got her name because of Reagan?
I might love Ronald Reagan. Yes,
I do too. So.
My wife's birthday is the same as Ronald Reagan, and if this makes you mad at me, it's been a nice life. I love Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, I love.
And Reagan. I think that, but I'm proud that I get to make people smile. I'm proud that people smash the subscribe button and spend a little time. But back to the show with Reagan. It's something I can do with my family. Like, why do I collect Disney pins? I didn't collect Disney pins. All my kids collected, and my wife collected Disney pins. Then I got into it, and they all kind of gave it up. Now I'm the only one. Why do I do a Disney Channel? Honestly, why did I I was in love with Disney as a kid. Why did I fall in love with Disney? It was on purpose. It's something that I can do with my kids. It's the dream that Walt had.
Yep.
He built something that we could have fun with together with our kids. And I haven't played catch with a relative in a long time. I've got 4 beautiful daughters. None of them want to play catch with me, but they'll go to Disney with me. Right. And so it's such the actor, right? Reagan's my favorite too. I want to name my oldest Reagan. Yeah. I love it. I think that what I'm trying to say, and I'm not getting it out very well, is I feel insanely blessed to know you guys and hopefully that we can entertain, provide information. People have bad days and they can come here and have a good time. I love my job, but I was getting stressed out with my job, board of directors and fundraising and all the stuff we have to do when you run a nonprofit. And I needed something to spend my brain time on that wasn't work. And you guys have been a gift to me. Yeah. And Pete being my friend and you guys, viewers and friends and watchers, like I feel I feel way more than the number 1% of the people I blessed. And I bet you do too. I mean, you've had a different last 18 months than I did. And I don't,
I've done a lot of stuff on my Jeff. I was almost drafted. I've been on the Jerry Springer show. I've been in pro wrestling with my brother. I've worked with the military and done stuff. I've traveled all over the United States doing different military stuff. And, J.M. Smucker had this thing called that they did where it was an event that they did. And I would travel all over the United States. I've been out to San Diego and the airfield and done so much stuff in my life. I wouldn't give it up. I wouldn't give this up for any of that. This is a segment of my life that I found. I hope this is the last. I hope this segment takes me through to whatever my final days are, and gets me through. Honestly, hopefully that's quite a few years down the road. I truly enjoy it. The people that we've met and getting to know them and being able to pick up the phone and I love the fact that I can pick up the phone and I can call Dev or talk to people that other people can't get to. I love the fact that people like that call into my show, and I hope my greatest joy, honestly, will be when I'm sitting like in this chat tonight. When I'm sitting in a chat tonight somewhere down the road, and Yachty's in here with a check mark, and Blue Machiza, check mark, and Movie Mania Nick, check mark, and Dole Whip Dad, check mark, because they've all blown up over time, and they're all at that level or higher because the sporting community has it already. I go into sporting community things, and 25 people have check marks, So I want to see when we get to that. That'll be a tremendous.
When Josh and Jenna were going to get when Resort TV 1, when Resort TV 1 was on the way, Dev was on the way too at the same time, really. But I'm not them. I like them. I consider them friends. I sponsored Josh and Jenna for a while. It's weird how much pride, that's the right word, Jeff, I felt from them getting 100K. It was like, it wasn't me. I don't have anything to do with their channel. I've watched their stuff. I like them. We say hi, come on. It's weird that I felt that sense of belonging and pride for their achievement. And that tells you a lot about what a great job they do that I felt that. I know I'm not the only one. Many of us felt that way, I'm sure.
I felt that way.
Exactly. And then Dev hit 1K or 100K, not 1K, 100K. And I love that you talk about that. And I love that there's going to be more and more and more of us. And that's the key word, real quick. I say this, if you're a veteran of me in my show, you've heard me say this again, but I'll say it one more time. I run I think Boys and Girls Clubs. I was with the Boys and Girls for a long time. What we taught was the youth development strategy. It works for anybody. And it's simply this: kids, but people, all right? People need these four things: a sense of belonging, a sense of usefulness, a sense of influence, and a sense of competence, being good at something. And we do that. You can do that in an after school program. You can do that in the scouts. You can do that at work. You can do that in a gang. You can do that anywhere. And we have this opportunity to build community because of this vehicle that is YouTube and these microphones and your personality, Pete, and your consistency is crushing it 3 times a day, sometimes 7 freaking days a week. Like, have you taken a full week off yet?
No, full week.
Have you taken 4 days off yet in a row?
No.
Have you taken 3 days off in a row yet?
No.
Have you taken 2 days off in a row yet?
No.
That's insane, people. And that's to be
next weekend. I've got from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was just looking at it. I got 8 streams.
Wow. And that's the thing, man. If you appreciate what Pete's doing, get over his channel. Watch some of his videos. If you haven't checked out the edited videos, the 4K videos, what do you got? Like 20 now, right? Probably.
We got almost 30. I just put up
I'm way behind.
A short today. It's got 30 views already.
The cavalcade, yeah.
No, that cavalcade that Casey sent it. I was like, I'll throw it out there.
And that'll be cool. You watch that too. But guys, watch the videos, and it's his birthday. It's his birthday tomorrow. No, it's not. It's his birthday right now.
My birthday right now. Let me just say this, Jeff. Here's where I got something that I could ask that would really help, because I am retentive about wanting the videos to at least, not for me. I want all the videos to get to 100 views for Casey, because the guy is putting his content up on my channel and taking a lot of pride in what he's doing. He's doing great editing, and he's doing this. He doesn't have to. Let's be honest. He could do this somewhere else. He could put it on his own. He could give it to another creator. He's blessed me, to quote Jeff, he's blessed me to do my channel. I got a couple of these videos that could help us share out that I'm real close, like the Kilimanjaro Safari. It's a great safari ride.
I haven't watched that one.
Okay, it's 7 views from 100. Once I get to 100, I don't worry about it. Then whatever happens, happens. The people mover needs 1 view to get to 100.
That's probably one I won't watch. Most boring. You know what? Ready to get pissed? Most boring ride in all of Disney.
I don't get much out of that either, but people love it.
Me too.
The Spaceship Earth one is 7 views away.
Also very boring. Don't love that one.
So there's 3 of them right there that are real close. That I'd love to see get them over so I can work on these other ones. We've done great with. I just want to give people that come to my channel, because I am kind of my grandfather used to use this term all the time. He loved it. Cognut. He would say, when I was playing shortstop, you're the cognut of the baseball team. You make it all, the whole cylinder work. Well, I'm kind of the cognut of this community in a way that I didn't plan to get in this position, but over time with what I'm doing, I have that.
That's cool.
I look at it as a responsibility. It's a responsibility to do all that I can to help things. So if I can have quality Disney videos on here, this is why we're doing this. This is why Casey's helping me out, if anybody's wondering. I wanted to have quality Disney content. Now, because of this, I can't get there anymore like I used to. I used to go there 9 times a year because my office was down there. I'd go in and out. I spent so much time at Disney, my kids used to get mad at me. Okay. I can't do it. So I wanted to have Disney content on my channel. So when people came in and found us, they knew that I was legit with the Disney stuff, that it wasn't just somebody blowing smoke. Casey has given me that platform by giving me all of these 4K videos that we're going to have. His goal is to have every ride and show as a 4K video on my channel.
Wow,
and
that's awesome.
He's working hard to get
that is a blessing, Thank you, Casey, for doing that. But wow, that's
he's incredible. Awesome. God bless Casey. I am blessed by Christ to have him in my life. He's done so much for my kid. I can't even tell you what he's done for my kid, what he's done for me. He gave me a baseball jersey. Did you see that? Have you seen this?
I don't think so. Remind me or tell me for the first time.
Tina McNeil will tell you, Jeff, if you actually watch my show, you would see it. Actually, I don't have it. So it's a baseball jersey that says, it's embroidered, an MLB jersey. It says Pete McDevitt Show across.
No, I haven't seen that. That's awesome.
It's on my show from today. You can watch it. But it's just what he's done is incredible. And for him to do that, if you guys could just check out some of these videos that are a little bit lower, even if you see them, give them a watch. Just help me get over 100. Once I get there, then you know what, Casey, because Casey was doing.
You definitely have a thing for the number 100.
Well, here's why. Casey put some out on his channel, and he wasn't happy. He only had a couple views. He's like, and I was like, it's going to take time for you to build up. And that's when he said to me, could we put them on yours and mine, and then you could highlight me? And so I want Casey. I want Casey to see the accomplishment that his hard work deserves. His editing is very good. His 4K quality is fantastic.
Yeah.
Dad Builds is kicking tail with helping me with different cutouts, clear cutouts of all the signs and stuff for all the stuff we're doing. So it's a tribute, not to me. I'm not asking you to watch for me. I'm asking you to watch because you got 2 guys in the community that are busting their tails, Dad Builds and Casey Bryant, to put together an incredible product with me as the cognut to try to make it happen. So.
Well, you're blessed to know them, but we're all blessed to be part of the community and be friends with you, and to have you on for almost 3 hours on at least 2 hours of your birthday now.
I don't mind. I'm just going to go into bed and,
And people, if you don't know, it's Eastern time where he is. I'm thinking it's Eastern time for some of you too. Sunday night, it is approaching 1 here. I do need to get to bed here pretty quick. So what else you want them to know? Anything you want to promote? Anything you want them to know before we close it up on the night, Pete?
I would just say if I can help you in any way, shape, or form, I will do it. And you can reach out to me. I will not work for free. If you want me to work for your channel, I will tell you there's a cost, but 15 minutes of my time to help you or to help you with a problem, I am always willing to do that. I'm always willing to help other people. I want to see people enjoy this community, have success. I want to see Josh and Jenna and Dev, the guys that got 100. I want to see them get 1 million. The guys that got 4,000, 2,000, 200, 150, 25, 1 subscriber, you just turned on your camera. I want to see you get to 100K and feel that success. And I truly believe that if I support everybody else, God will bless me and things will happen good for my channel. And hopefully I see some of these people down at Disney. I'm trying to save up now to cover the last little bit, and hopefully I'll be able to get over that hump, and we'll be good to go, and we'll have some fun down there, because I wasn't planning on spending as much as I did for the Christmas party, but I did. And by the way, I did file a complaint, Jeff. I have a restraining order against Bob Chapek. I believe that he raped me when I paid the money that I did. So I have a restraining order against him. He can't come within 500 feet of me or my wallet.
I do not. I support almost everything he said tonight, but not that.
He could come within 500 feet of me, just not my wallet.
Yeah. I'm always amazed at how much people spend and then complain about that spending, as if I
will say this again, another comment. We're 2 in the morning. I could say this.
I would say you were complaining.
Okay. I bought the tickets because I want to be there at the Christmas party. I want to see so many people. I know the first night, everybody and their mother will be there. I want to see my friends.
Good night, Mark.
Good night, Mark. I want to see my friends, but I also know that there'll be a lot of very powerful Disney creators that I can get for our Christmas party that night when I'm there. Let's be honest. I walk up to some of these people, handicapped, disabled, three amputations. Are you really going to say, no, I won't say happy holidays on your camera? Come on. But as I told my wife,
that's one way to look at it.
Yeah. As I told my wife, when she came in, I had the number up there on the thing, and I said, all right, well, I'm getting ready to buy these tickets. And she looked at it and her eyes got really big. I said, and I turned to her and I said, is this the truth? I turned to her and said, I could get the ticket. We could all go to the Christmas party, or I could use this money for 3 ladies of the night. What would you prefer? Christmas party it was.
He means the boo to you.
Yes.
Ladies of the night.
Yes, boo to you.
In case you're wondering.
Absolutely.
I think that's probably where we should jump off the plank.
Absolutely.
Right, guys, that's Pete McDevitt. I bet you have already met him. You certainly met him tonight. If you haven't gone over, watch a couple of videos, subscribe to his channel, be his friend. You know, I think that I'll end with this. My favorite part of this community, I've already said it a couple times tonight, is the friendships I've made, and none of them mean more to me than mine with you, Pete. So thanks for your time tonight. Thanks for your time every day. And if you guys haven't figured it out, I'm a big fan of Pete as a friend and as a creator. I think that's it. Tomorrow morning for me, Good Morning Disney, 9 to 9:15 a.m. start time, usually 9:15. I'm pretty sure I'm working from home tomorrow. So if I am, it'll be live. If I end up having to go in the office, I won't be there, but all 5 days a week. Pete's live. We're both really live pretty much 5 days a week. I only go about 3 or 4. He goes all 7. Whatever. I'm really glad you guys spent some time with us tonight. 3070 is still here at, what the heck time is it? 1 o'clock, almost my time. You guys are all crazy. Wake up.
I have one
question.
There's 37 people in here. Can all 37 people please direct message on Instagram to T. Marie's Place? We love your pickle. Please just send her that message. T. Marie, we love your pickle.
I pretty sure I won't be sending that. Okay. I don't like pickles, but that's not what you mean. All right. I think that's it. Guys, have a great night. Please give out some love to Pete. Tomorrow and or today, it's his birthday. He's 574 years old.
Yeah, come hang out with me tomorrow night. We're calling football. Oh, God, she's still in here. She was sleeping. Oh, boy, I'm in trouble now. My phone's going to ring.
You can hear her attitude in the was.
Come hang out with me tomorrow night. We're doing football, Saints and the Jaguars. It'll be a fun time. 8 o'clock. Come hang out with me.
The only reason to watch it is to watch it with him because preseason football sucks, but Pete makes it fun.
I got some new stuff, too, tomorrow. I'm going to debut.
I heard you talking about it.
It's going to be
good. Again, Good Morning Disney tomorrow morning. I think that's it. You don't have to go, but you can't stay here. Have fun storming the castle. Sing happy birthday to Pete, but do it later. You know, you can send Instagram voices. You should sing to Pete. All right, that's it. Good night, everybody.
You'll pay for that.
Pete. Bye now.